Hello, good afternoon. My name's Richard. This is over and over and over again. This is the big watch-along early kick-off again for Arsenal. We've had a few of them, haven't we, this season? Let's hope it's going to be a good game. Let's hope we can bounce back from the Liverpool defeat. This is Arsenal versus Newcastle live at watch-along. Coming up the other side of this. So, Arsenal versus Newcastle. Newcastle's bottom of the league, but Eddie Howe's going to be in the dugout for them today for the first time. He did pass his COVID test that he needed to do. He has travelled down to London and he's going to be on the bench for the first time. So we'll see what difference that makes. First of all, we need to look at the Arsenal team, of course, for this game. There's only one change, actually, from the defeat at Liverpool. We'll get into that very shortly. So in goal, it is, of course, Aaron Ramsdale, as you would expect. Right back is, again, there's no change there. It's Tomiyasu again. And again, two centre-backs are the same as last week. So we've got Ben White, and he'll be partnered by, of course, Gabriel. Left back there is a little bit of a shock maybe. It's Nuno Tavares actually keeps his place following a few mistakes last week in that game. In midfield, then we've got Thomas Partey, of course, as you would expect. And also as well, Sambi Lokonga. Then it looks as though we're going to go with a sort of like a 4-4-2. So we've got Smith Rowe will probably be on the left-hand side. We've got, of course, Bukayo Saka will be on the left. And then on the right, sorry. And then, of course, the only change is Martin Odegaard's back in the starting lineup in place of Lacazette. And he'll be playing behind, of course, Captain Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. So that is your Arsenal team for this game. The Newcastle team, I'll just put up on the screen there. They've made three changes from their 3-3 draw last week against Brentford. So they've got Dubravka in goal. They've got a back three. It's Kraft, Shah and Lascelles. Then they've got four across midfield. They've got Fraser and Ritchie wide with Willock and Shelby in midfield. So obviously Joe Willock returning to the Emirates for the first time in a Newcastle shirt. And then their front three is Joe Linton, Callum Wilson and Alain Saint-Maximin. So that's how they're going to line up. Probably Saint-Maximin will probably be on the left-hand side, Joe Linton on the right. That's probably how they'll line up with Callum Wilson through the centre. So that's the lineups with I'll say. They've made three changes, Newcastle, actually, for this game, which could be a little bit of a surprise maybe, but quite an attacking lineup, isn't it, I think, from Newcastle, that. So I think it's going to be an interesting game. We've got, of course, some of the worst attacking stats in the league so far this season, which is a bit worrying. We're not scoring enough goals. And yes, we are a bit more solid defensively. I think that's pretty clear. But while we're not scoring goals, it's always an issue, isn't it? So we do need, obviously, to sort that out as well. So this is going to be an important game for Arsenal after last week. Really disappointing, wasn't it? The way we fell to that defeat was not really good in the second half in particular. So we need to do better, don't we, today? We need to bounce back and we need to really put in a performance and show that, you know, we can challenge for the top 5, top 6, top 4 even this season. But we need to improve, certainly, the attacking side of our game, don't we? We're far too defensive set up. We're far too conservative in the way we approach games. And that's why our attacking stats are so poor. We've got a lot of attacking talent in the team, haven't we? Smith Rowe's having a great season. Saka, maybe a little bit off the boil, but we know the qualities that he's got as well. We know Aubameyang can score goals if he's given opportunities. So, you know, Odegaard in the team today as well. He's got a little bit of something extra in the final third, hasn't he? So, if we can get these players on the ball, we will cause Newcastle's defence problems because they have conceded a lot of goals this season. They've got one of the worst defensive records in the league. So the onus is on us, especially at home, to take the game to Newcastle, offer an attacking threat, and hopefully we'll be able to score the goals to win this game. But Newcastle showed last week against Brentford that they can score goals themselves. You know, they've got a decent front three. For Joe Linton, for him, he's had a lot of criticism, but he had a great game last week, the Brazilian. And, of course, we know Callum Wilson can score goals in the Premier League. And, of course, he has worked under Eddie Howe before. His link up with Ryan Fraser, actually, at Bournemouth worked really well. And now with Eddie Howe in charge at Newcastle, you can see those two maybe linking up. So we're going to have to watch that, aren't we? Down the Arsenal left-hand side, that will be, won't it? Ryan Fraser trying to whip them crosses in. So Nuno Tavares is going to have to be on his game today, isn't he, to stop them crosses coming in and defend well against Ryan Fraser. And if he does that, that's going to give us a massive advantage, isn't it? Also, as well, the centre of midfield, I think, is going to be key in this game. Shelvey and Willock, an interesting partnership with that for Newcastle. You know, Joe Willock, we know he's got quality. We know he's going to make those late runs into the box. We know he can score goals. He's been a little bit in and out of the side this season at Newcastle, hasn't he? So it's going to be interesting to see how that works. But you know, John Joe Shelvey, you know what you're going to get with him. He's going to win. He's going to go in for challenges. He's going to ping those long balls out to wide areas, isn't he, to try and get the wide players in the game. And of course, you know, up against them, we've got Partey and Lokonga. Now, Lokonga didn't have a great game last week, as we know. Maybe he's a little bit fortunate to still be in the team, isn't he, with Maitland-Niles on the bench, who was man of the match against Watford. So, yeah, that's going to be an interesting battle as well in midfield, isn't it? But if we can get out of their defence, you've got to expect that we're going to create some chances. They've got Dubravka back in goal for Newcastle. He's been injured. And, you know, Cardalo's not done that well, has he? So it's going to be good to see him back for them, maybe, see what he can do. He's played well against Arsenal in the past. But, of course, we do have this great record, don't we, against Newcastle at home. We've won our last 10 here at the Emirates against Newcastle in all competitions. And in fact, Newcastle haven't even scored on any of their last 6 visits here. So we've definitely got a massive advantage statistically and historically in this fixture. But football doesn't always work like that, does it? We saw last season a lot of long unbeaten runs that we had against teams at the Emirates came to an end, didn't they? So let's hope that doesn't happen today. But it's a big game for both these clubs. Obviously, Newcastle desperate for points to get them away from the bottom of the table. And we're, of course, desperate for points to keep us in that race, I say, for a possible challenge for the top 4. It's going to be difficult. And I still don't think, you know, where we are in the league at the moment, I don't think it's a fair reflection of where we actually are as a club at this moment in time. I still think this is a young team that's developing. And when you look at points per game, you know, we're probably on track over the 38 games for a similar number of points to what we got last season. So I'm not expecting massive improvements. Yes, this team may well get better as the season progresses. But we'll have to see. At the moment, I still think that, you know, we're still looking at, you know, somewhere around 7th, 8th place, aren't we? Possibly, certainly the way that we've been playing. But we have been on a good run. Let's hope we can get back on track today following that disappointing defeat. You know, I know a lot of people felt we probably didn't expect to win against Liverpool away. And yes, I agree. I didn't expect us to win there. But what I did expect to see was a bit more of a performance from Arsenal to show that we can at least give Liverpool a game at Anfield, which we haven't done for a number of years. And while we played okay for a spell in that game at the beginning, as soon as we conceded a goal, there was no plan to change things to get back into the game. We played exactly the same way in the second half, and we saw what happened. So that's still a worry for me with Arteta. He's not able to make in-game changes. Very rarely have we ever come from. In fact, I don't think we've ever come from behind in a game at half-time to win. Under Arteta now, he's had over 100 games. So that's clearly an issue that needs to be resolved. And if it isn't going to be, it's going to stunt our progression, isn't it? Because at the end of the day, you're not always going to start games well. If we're 2 or 3-0 up at half time, we're comfortably going to win the game. But if we struggle to score goals, we've seen this season, even against some of the poorer teams at home, Norwich, Watford, we didn't get an early goal and we did struggle to break them down and only ended up winning both of those games 1-0. So I'm expecting something similar today. I've got to be honest. I think Newcastle will be. They've got an attacking lineup. I think they're coming to counter-attack us, and they're going to pose a threat. So we need to be on our game. We're going to have to, you know, we maybe need a bit of patience today because I don't think we're just going to go and open them up in the first 10 minutes because they'll come with a plan to contain us and play on a counter. So it's going to be a difficult game for Arsenal. I've seen a few people predicting 4-5-0 victories and that. I'm not sure it's going to quite work like that. For me, I think it's going to be a lot tighter game, I've got to be honest, and I think that if we can get the victory, that's the main thing. You know, if it's 1-0, that's fine. Let's just get the victory and move on to 2 tough away games that we've got in the next week. So yeah, we just need to be switched on today from the start. We need to you know, make sure that we're focused, especially defensively, because last week we made a lot of mistakes, and you know, Newcastle have got some good attacking players, and if we give them too much time and space, we could be punished. You know, we know what Callum Wilson, the threat that he poses, he's good in the air as well. They're going to get balls into the box with Ritchie and Fraser wide. So I think it is going to be a difficult game for us. Let's be clear. Even though Newcastle are bottom of the league, you could see the difference in their style of play under Eddie Howe last week, although he wasn't at the game, of course, and he is in the dugout today. So we'll see what difference that makes. But let's focus on our performance. If we play well, if we get our attacking players on the ball, if we play with a little bit more freedom, and if we play play with a little bit more ambition, then I don't see any reason why we can't win this game reasonably comfortably. I don't think it's going to be a 4 or 5-0, but I think we can win the game comfortably if we play well, get our attacking players on the ball, and let's stop all this playing it out from the back nonsense that has caused us a lot of problems this season and beyond that as well. So, yeah, the teams are now in a tunnel, getting ready for the start of this game, the early kickoff again. Once again, we're the early kickoff, aren't we? I don't know why they keep kicking us off first in the weekend, but anyway, it gives us an opportunity to close the gap on the teams above us, doesn't it? If we can win this game, we do go level on points with West Ham, who of course are playing Manchester City away this week, aren't they? So that's a tough game for them. So we've got an opportunity to really close that gap, because we have got 2 tough away games, as I said, this week against Manchester United and Everton. So we need the points today. That's the most important thing, just to keep ourselves ticking away in the league, up there in the top 4, 5, 6 places. That's where we want to keep ourselves now. If we can keep ourselves in there going into the new year, with no Europe, I do think some other teams up there, Leicester, they've got ground to make up. They've got Europe, West Ham. I think we've got an opportunity somewhere. But what we need to do is we need to focus on ourselves. We need to keep picking up as many points as we can, and who knows where we'll be at the end of the season. So yeah, there's a lot of work still to do, though, isn't there? And this game, I say, isn't going to be easy. Newcastle might be bottom of the league, the only team without a win, but they have drawn 6 out of their 12 games, and they've scored more goals than we have as well. So there's a worry there. They've scored 2 more goals in the league than us. So they've got goals in them. So that's the one thing we're going to have to be careful of. Obviously, the weather conditions a little bit calmer today than they were yesterday. Last night, the storm seems to have died down slightly today. I think the wind's going to cause a few issues, probably. It's the worst conditions to play football, isn't it, when it's windy? I know the stadium tends to block out a lot of the wind, but it is going to be windy in the stadium today. It is going to be difficult conditions, so it's who's going to maybe master those conditions best as well. So let's hope we can go. I mean, Newcastle, I've said, they've got a really poor record here at the Emirates, haven't they? They've only got 1 win here, actually, in this stadium. That was 11 years ago, when Andy Carroll scored that goal, 1-0 victory for Newcastle that day. Bit of a poor performance that was from Arsenal, and Newcastle took advantage then, but that's their only victory in this stadium. Of course, their previous victory here away at Arsenal came at Highbury. That was 20 odd years ago, wasn't it? December 2001, I think it might have been, when they won 3-1. A controversial game that was. A few refereeing decisions didn't go our way that night, if you seem to remember, and Thierry Henry wasn't very happy at the end, was he? But it's rare that Newcastle do win in this stadium, or win away at Arsenal this fixture. So yeah, everything's stacked in our favour, isn't it? The history of this fixture, the current form of both teams as well is stacked in our favour, isn't it? So it's all there for us to win this game. But the game's played on the pitch, isn't it? It's not played in statistics and history. It's actually played on the pitch these next 90 minutes. So Eddie Howe is his first time he's on the touchline there for Newcastle. Just a handshake there with Mikel Arteta, of course, 2 of the youngest managers in the Premier League. So Eddie Howe, of course, has got a lot of experience in the Premier League as a manager, hasn't he? With Bournemouth and Burnley as well before that. So he's a good coach. He's maybe not the best defensive coach, is he? When you look at the defensive record that Bournemouth had when I was in the Premier League, he's probably not the best defensively, is he? But having said that, Bournemouth played good football, and he got good results with what he had there, didn't he? So I'm expecting him to be. It's going to be a different Newcastle now, isn't it, under Eddie Howe? We saw that last week in the game against Brentford, a 3-3 draw. You wouldn't have got many 3-3 draws under Steve Bruce, would you, with the way he plays? You won't get many 3-3 draws under Arteta either, let's be honest. But he's going to be Arsenal to kick off this game. We're taking a goal to our right in this first half, which is the clock end for those familiar with the Emirates. And the players are just taking the knee. So Martin Odegaard's the only change for Arsenal today. And it is Arsenal that have kicked this game off. I say attacking the goal to our right in this first half. Arsenal, of course, in the red shirts, white sides, white sleeves, white socks. And Newcastle, of course, in their traditional black and white striped shirts with black shorts and black socks. It's a throw to Newcastle very early in this game on the near side. Joe Linton does well there, turns away from Ben White. Joe Linton down this near side, but Ben White's back at him well. But Joe Linton keeps possession right on the touchline. He keeps the ball in, does he? Inside the penalty area. Good run that from Joe Linton. Ben White does well. And Ben White's won a goal kick. Exciting play there straight away there from Joe Linton down his left-hand side for Newcastle. Testing Ben White early on. And Ben White came through that test well he's going to pose a threat, isn't he, Joe Linton, down that wing today for Newcastle? Not only with his pace, but also his strength as well. So, but Ben White did well. In fact, I think he's won a free kick in actual fact, and it's going to be Leonard. It's going to be Ramsdale. To take the free kick for Arsenal. Goes long into the centre circle, but it's a Newcastle head. Jamal Lascelles it was who won that header, but Arsenal picked the ball up in midfield with Lokonga, and now it's back with Ben White deep inside the Arsenal half. Plays it to Tomiyasu up this near side, but Tomiyasu gives it away. St. Maximum there on the ball, but he ran into Bukayo Saka, and it is going to be a throw to Arsenal on this near side. St. Maximum with bandages on both his knees. He's got gloves on. I don't think it's the best conditions for him today, but we'll see what influence he can have on this game for Newcastle. But it's an Arsenal throw. Tomiyasu just about on halfway on this near side for Arsenal. We've played a minute and a half. Plays it into Sambi Lokonga. This is a good ball to Martin Odegaard. Gets on the ball for the first time, but it's Joe Willock who takes the ball off him. He'll be keen to impress today, won't he, Joe Willock, on his return to the Emirates following that summer move to Newcastle, of course. He's not featured that much this season, has he? Disappointing, really, he's been for Newcastle so far. But I'm sure he'll be looking to have a good game today. But this is good play from Arsenal in midfield. It's a ball pinged out there from Thomas Partey, looking for Saka, but it was cut out by Matt Ritchie, who pinged it in to St. Maximum, and that's gone over to the far side instead now to Ryan Fraser. He heads it on looking for Callum Wilson, who was held back, was he, by Gabriel? Referee says no. The referee today is Stuart Atwell. And Arsenal now bringing the ball out from the back. Thomas Partey plays it to Tomiyasu, goes back to Ben White. The game hasn't really got any pattern yet in these opening 2.5 minutes. It is still 0-0. Tomiyasu now on his near side. Arsenal looking to build an attack. Martin Odegaard tried to lay it off, but it didn't fall to an Arsenal player. But Arsenal won it back well. Bukayo Saka. But St. Maximum, who lost that ball originally, he's just won it back. And now it's Joe Willock in possession for Newcastle on familiar territory, of course. The young Newcastle midfield player, Tomiyasu, now for Arsenal. Odegaard, Arsenal trying to build an attack here. Sambi Lokonga plays it square to Smith Rowe. Goes over on that far side to Nuno Tavares. A little bit of a shock. He's maybe kept his place in the team today, actually, Nuno Tavares. Let's hope he has a good game. Tomiyasu flicks it onto Wall. Saka inside the penalty area. It's Share that comes across. And I think it's going to be a goal kick to Newcastle. The first real attack that was from Arsenal there. Rajanda there in the chat says, hi Richard, how you doing, mate? Thanks for tuning in. Hope you're well. Another early start for Arsenal. We've had a few of these, haven't we, in recent weeks. I never feel that we play that well in these early kickoffs, especially at home. But let's hope that we do today. It's been a bit of a scrappy start. Nothing really happening so far. 3.5 minutes played. It is still 0-0. Arsenal just put together a decent attacking move there. But in the end, it came to nothing. It's just effectively a free kick to Newcastle there. And that goes long from goalkeeper Dubravka back in goal for Newcastle today. Joe Willock there trying to make progress down this near side, but it's going to be a throw to Arsenal. In fact, it may even be a free kick to Arsenal for a foul on Bukayo Saka, who's just getting back to his feet. Joe Linton again putting himself about. I think it was a foul on Saka there. Joe Linton was jumping with Ben White and Thomas Partey. But it was a foul there by Ritchie on Bukayo Saka. But it is a throw to Arsenal, actually. It wasn't given as a free kick. Tomiyasu on this near side again. This is most of Arsenal's attacks so far come on this right-hand side. The near side for Arsenal. Tomiyasu's throw there into Lokonga. Tomiyasu gets it back, put under pressure from Joe Linton, who's had a lively start for Newcastle. He was man of the match for them last week against Brentford. Scored a rare goal as well. So he'll be full of confidence, I'm sure, coming into this game. Gabriel now for Arsenal. Plays it square to Ben White. Ben White looks to bring the ball forward towards halfway. He's closed down by Joe Linton. Does well there. Ben White skips past the Brazilian, but it's forced back inside. Well played there from him. Finds Thomas Partey. Martin Odegaard tries to play the ball through to the run of Aubameyang. Not been in the game yet, but it was a covering challenge there from, I think it might well have been Jamal Lascelles. Nice play that from Odegaard, looking for that early ball in to Aubameyang, and that's going to be the way we're going to maybe open up this Newcastle defence. Tomiyasu now quite central, plays it to this near side to Bukayo Saka. So Maximum comes across to close him down. He plays it back to Tomiyasu, who again is a very central position for the Japanese defender. Plays it out to the far side. Nuno Tavares getting forward well down the Arsenal left. Shows a little bit of disco feet there. Gets to the byline. Chips across towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Is headed out there by John Joe Shelby. And Tavares' second attempt at a cross goes out for a goal kick. But that was nice play that from Tavares. A couple of little step overs there and got to the byline, pulled the ball back to the edge of the 6-yard box. But it was John Joe Shelby with the header away for Newcastle rather than an Arsenal player attacking the ball. And that's a problem, isn't it? That sometimes that we don't have enough players attacking that near post, do we, when the ball comes in. But here's a goal kick to Newcastle, which Dubravka's going to take in front of the clock end. Of course, that's the end where the Newcastle fans are. I know there's a few issues with the trains today, with the weather. Let's hope they've all managed to get there safely in that bottom far corner of the Emirates Stadium. That ball there played forward by Ben White, but it was easily cut out there, and now it's Fabian Schär. But that's a poor ball, actually. But Joe Linton's won it back well for Newcastle ahead of Thomas Partey. Good play again from Joe Linton, actually. He's been impressive again so far. St. Maximum now tries to switch the ball over to the far side, but it goes out of play for a throw to Arsenal. And St. Maximum slowly gets back to his feet again. With his, he seems to have done something strange to his hair, but anyway, he's good that he's got that option, I suppose. Tomiyasu now plays it into Martin Ødegaard, just inside the Arsenal half. He switches the play over across to the far side to Gabriel. He's been pretty impressive since he came back into the team earlier this season. Him and Ben White building up a partnership. I know last week it didn't really work, but overall it's looking a solid play. That's a good ball from Ben White into Ødegaard, but the ball just ran away from him, and John Joe Shelby can pick it up for Newcastle. Plays it back to Matt Ritchie, who goes long down this near side. Good defending that was there from Ben White in front of Callum Wilson, and now Arsenal can come forward themselves down on that far side. Nuno Tavares with that long stride of his, making ground up that wing, gets the ball back from Smith Rowe, and now it's with Gabriel. Now Tomiyasu on this near side for Arsenal, coming forward again. Arsenal keeping possession well, but not really threatening that Newcastle defence, who got everyone behind the ball. They're quite well organised at the moment, Newcastle. Gabriel inside the centre circle finds Ben White on halfway. Now he plays it to Martin Ødegaard on this near side. Back in the side today, Ødegaard be keen to make an impression in this game. He's not started the game for quite a while, has he? That's a good ball out to that far side. Aubameyang now links again with Nuno Tavares. And he finds Sambi Lokonga, who plays it back to Gabriel. Arsenal keeping possession, but at the moment not really causing the Newcastle defence too many problems now. Saka on this near side. Can he have a run at this Newcastle defence? We haven't really had an opportunity yet in this game to really put the pressure on that Newcastle defence, and we know how shaky they can be. But this is a counter-attack from Newcastle. This is a dangerous moment. Is it a free kick? As a shot comes in from Callum Wilson. Ramsdale makes the save to Arsenal. I think Callum Wilson there committed a foul on Gabriel. They were both battling for the ball. Gabriel was trying to shield it with his body. Callum Wilson just basically pushed him out of the way. And it was a foul. And the shot in the end was saved by Ramsdale anyway. 9 minutes played at the Emirates. It is still 0-0. But it was the first real opportunity to goal for either team. Although it wouldn't have counted had it gone in. But now Arsenal again looking to build and attack themselves. Tomiyasu now on this near side. He's had a lot of the ball in these early stages. The right back for Arsenal really settled in well into this team, hasn't he? Since he arrived from Bologna in the transfer window. But that's a poor ball, and Newcastle pick up possession again. John Joe Shelby plays it back to Dubravka, who's got time to kick the ball long deep into the Arsenal half. Tomiyasu's underneath that. Good header away. Again, Tomiyasu's impressing in his early stages here. Gabriel nips in there to win the ball for Arsenal, finds Ben White. Not under any pressure, Ben White. At walking pace now with the ball, plays it square to Thomas Partey. And he plays it out to Gabriel over on that far side. He's got Nuno Tavares for support. Instead, he plays it into Sambi Lokonga. Threads it forward into Aubameyang. Was that a foul? Referee says play on. And Arsenal have got the ball now with Bukayo Saka. Tomiyasu outside him. Instead, he goes inside to Martin Ødegaard. And then he plays it back to Gabriel. Arsenal keeping possession well, but not creating anything at the moment. Ben White. Nice play from Ben White there. Finds Tomiyasu again. Getting a lot of the ball in these opening 10-15 minutes here. That's a lovely bit of play. This in midfield. Thomas Partey to Sambi Lokonga. Drives forward. Out to the far side to Nuno Tavares. His shot comes in. I think it got a deflection there. I think it's going to be a corner to Arsenal. That was good play. Quick passing there in midfield. Good little burst forward there from Sambi Lokonga. He found Tavares out on that far side. A little bit of time. First touch maybe let him down. I'm not sure if that did get deflected. No, it is a corner to Arsenal. It did. And it's going to be a corner over on that far side. We've scored quite a lot of goals from set pieces, haven't we, this season? Let's see if we can add another one. Our open play goals have been quite low, but this is an opportunity. I think it's going to be Smith Rowe, that corner over on that far side. He's going to try and curl this in towards the near post, which he does do. But goalkeeper Dubravka's there. Comfortable catch for the Slovakian, who's back in goal today for Newcastle following his injury. He just rolls it out to John Joe Shelby. Pings a long ball over the top, actually. Callum Wilson's in behind the Arsenal defence. There's a chance for Newcastle inside the penalty area. Tried to pull it back, but Tomiyasu was back there covering. Maybe didn't make the most of that there, Callum Wilson, actually. He looked like he was clean one-on-one. I don't know why he didn't try a shot. Maybe he's not so comfortable on his left side, is he? Good ball over the top that was. I think he was given as offside in the end. I think Callum Wilson probably was just offside. But he had an opportunity there maybe to strike with his left foot. He wanted to cut back onto his right foot, and the opportunity went. It just showed there that we have to be careful. They've got a threat in behind Newcastle. John Joe Shelby does like them long balls. Of course, from the same part of Essex as myself, John Joe Shelby. I do know his family. Nuno Tavares now on that far side for Arsenal. Plays the ball back in to Smith Rowe. Tavares again. But he's forced backwards into Sambi Lokonga. Now to Tomiyasu. And again, gives it straight back to Sambi Lokonga and then to Gabriel. Strides forward for Arsenal, the centre-back, the Brazilian. Plays the ball into Thomas Partey. Tried to flick it forward to Martin Odegaard, but Newcastle again win the ball back. And when they get it, they are looking to get it forward quickly if they can. Joe Linton now, he switched over to that far side. As he switched with St. Maximin possibly. But Newcastle are forced back to Dubravka. And he goes long up towards halfway. Callum Wilson again was trying to win that header, goes down. Looking at the referee, but it wasn't a foul. And Arsenal pick up possession with Ben White. He's got Tomiyasu on his near side again. If he wants to use him, and he does. It's a good ball into Tomiyasu. Faced with St. Maximin, he's gone back actually. And now it's Gabriel can stride forward. He finds Nuno Tavares over on that far touchline into Smith Rowe. Smith Rowe turns backwards to Lokonga again. Arsenal keeping possession, but it's pretty comfortable possession in terms of a Newcastle perspective. Now Ben White striding forward as he likes to do. Plays it to this near side again to Tomiyasu. Again, he's got some maximum in front of him, so he goes back to Ben White again. Newcastle doing well to force Arsenal back at the moment. There's a little dink ball over the top there. Again, looking for Tomiyasu down his near side. But good defending that was from Matt Ritchie. And it's gone out for a goal kick to Newcastle. But that was a little bit more incisive, that from Arsenal. Ball over the top. Looking to get Tomiyasu in behind and get across him. But it was good defending actually on that occasion by Matt Ritchie. I remember his loan spell at Dagenham and Redbridge back in the day when he was a Portsmouth player in League Two. He had a great season. He's a good player, Matt Ritchie. But he certainly produced a good career for himself in the Premier League, hasn't he? Joe Linton there wins that header, but Ben White's going to tidy this up. He might just leave this for Aaron Ramsdale. In fact, he doesn't. Ramsdale trots backwards into his goal and Arsenal come forward instead with Thomas Partey. Finds Tomiyasu again down his near side. He's probably had most touches of the ball in his opening 15 minutes. Tomiyasu. Ben White has well seen a lot of the ball. He strides forward again, just over halfway now. Ben White plays it in to Thomas Partey. Took that well, actually. Bukayo Saka, sorry. Plays it back to Ben White. He's now got Thomas Partey inside him. There's not a lot of space in that midfield, so he goes wide instead to Lokonga. Exchanges passes with Smith Rowe. We have now played 15 minutes. Lokonga's long ball towards Bukayo Saka. He gets on the end of it. Couldn't quite direct it towards the goal. Lovely ball that was there from Sambi Lokonga. He picked up the ball there midway inside the Newcastle half. Pinged the ball over to the far side. Saka was onside. Got a run in on Matt Ritchie. Got on the end of it, but couldn't quite direct it towards the goal. It's gone wide. But that was a lot better from Arsenal. They got the ball forward quickly. Good run from Saka. He was at full stretch. Couldn't quite direct it into the corner of the net. gives the thumbs up to Lokonga for that pass. Got the wrong side of Richie there. That was good play from Saka. Just stretching he was, and he couldn't quite, direct the ball into the goal. But at least Arsenal finally get an opportunity to get behind that Newcastle defence. It hasn't happened very often so far in this game. Joe Shelby. That was Joe Linton. Has given away a free kick for Newcastle about 10 yards inside the Arsenal half. He's not very happy about the decision, but referee Stuart Atwell makes sure that he doesn't pursue that debate any further. Now Ben White on halfway for Arsenal, striding forward. It's been all Arsenal possession in his opening 16 minutes, but very, very few chances. Newcastle have been soaking it up without really offering too much threat themselves, and that was a ball there from Saka looking for a Aubameyang, but it's gone all the way through to goalkeeper Martin Dubravka. Comfortable for the Slovakian goalkeeper for Newcastle, and now he's going to go long with this kick. But yeah, so it's been all Arsenal pressure so far, without really creating anything too much. And Newcastle seem happy to soak it up and then try to launch counter attacks, but they're not able to do so. They haven't really done it very well so far. Ben White there, a long ball over the top again. It's looking for the runner Bukayo Saka, but the ball runs through to Dubravka again. But you can see Arsenal are trying to get Saka into this game on this near side. Those little balls over the top, they maybe feel there's a weakness there on that side of the Newcastle defence. Dubravka now again kicks long towards Joe Linton. He's got Tomiyasu for company, and the ball goes straight out for a throw to Arsenal. They're having quite a battle there, Joe Linton and Tomiyasu, in these early stages of this game. Difficult to know who's really coming out on top. It's been quite an even battle, but Tomiyasu certainly got a lot more of the ball, getting forward well. But Joe Linton's causing him a few problems defensively when the ball's played into him. But that throw there from Tomiyasu finds Sambi Lokonga, and then it goes all the way across to Nuno Tavares. Plays it to Smith Rowe into Thomas Partey. This is good play from Arsenal. Now Tavares, a good run down that far side. Nuno Tavares on the edge of the penalty area. Tries to find a cross in, but it's hit a Newcastle defender, and now it's cleared by Fabian Schär, not very far, but now Saint-Maximin picks it up for Newcastle. Tries a run, but he's held up there. And now Sambi Lokonga finds Martin Odegaard. Is he going to try a shot from the edge of the box? Was he brought down? Referee says yes, it's a free kick to Arsenal on the edge of the penalty area. I don't know if it was Joe Shelby or Joe Willock that committed the foul. They were both in close proximity there to Norwegian. It was good play actually from Tomiyasu, who won the ball back from Saint-Maximin, and it was Lokonga's ball in to Odegaard. It was actually Joe Willock that committed the foul. It's probably about 4 or 5 yards just outside the penalty. Newcastle claiming there was a foul by Tomiyasu just before that. He did pull the shirt of Saint-Maximin, but I think he did win the ball first. And Joe Willock can't really have too many complaints about that free kick that he's conceded. This is now a dangerous moment for Newcastle. Saint-Maximin is hobbling around as he tends to do quite a lot. But it's a free kick now. It's just about 2 yards outside the D on the edge of the penalty, slightly to that left-hand side. Martin Dubravka is putting his ball in place. It's Odegaard and Thomas Partey over this. Very similar position to where Odegaard scored from against Burnley, actually, in the Premier League. His only goal this season. Is he going to be able to find a similar finish here? Maybe he needs to use the wind to his advantage if he can. Gets it up and over the wall as he did at Burnley. Very, very similar position this to where he scored that goal. Thomas Partey is also over it as well, but maybe it might not be such a good idea to let him shoot with this ball, bearing in mind some of the shots he's had this season. I think it will be Odegaard with his left foot. Can Arsenal get the lead here? 19 and a half minutes played at the Emirates. This free kick on the edge of the penalty. Odegaard over the wall. Good save from Dubravka. Comes to Smith Rowe, chips it back into the penalty. Gabriel's underneath it. It falls to Tomiyasu, swipes at his shot, and Newcastle do scramble the ball clear. That was a good opportunity there for Arsenal. A good free kick again from Odegaard, but Martin Dubravka there with the save, and Odegaard's just giving away a free kick there. Good save that was from a Newcastle goalkeeper. A good free kick, actually, over the top of the wall. It was going in the top corner, but Dubravka got across. In fact, maybe curled a little bit too much into the goal, actually. If he'd maybe put it further out and in, it may have gone in the corner, and it was Dubravka was able to come across and save it. It was a little bit too central, actually, but it was a good free kick, and it's a good save there. And Joe Linton's now gone down with a head injury on the follow-up. Tomiyasu lashed at his shot, actually, and Newcastle did scramble it clear. Joe Linton is back to his feet again, and Arteta has got some of the players in for a little bit of a coaching session on the touchline. remember those water breaks from the COVID season? Seemed to work well when he got the players over to the side, but this isn't an actual break. It was just an injury there to Joe Linton and Lascelles as well. Picked up an injury in the scramble in the box, but he's now back on the pitch again. And Newcastle just about survived that little flurry of Arsenal attacks, but it is still 0-0 at the Emirates for all Arsenal's possession. In fact, it's a drop ball the referee's given. Actually, I think it must have been because it was a head injury there inside the penalty area. So it's going to be a drop ball, which Arsenal aren't going to contest it, and Newcastle can just pick up possession because they did have possession of the ball before the game was stopped. Now they're coming forward down that far side. They've not had many attacks down that side, and Nuno Tavares does well, finds Ben White for Arsenal, striding forwards, not really under any pressure. The former Brighton defender finds Tomiyasu on this near side for Arsenal, plays the ball into Saka, nice close control from the young Arsenal player, plays it out to the far side. Martin Odegaard finds Nuno Tavares. Can he get past the play? It's a good ball to Smith Rowe instead. Smith Rowe hasn't really been in this game much as yet. Smith Rowe is in good form though for Arsenal. Now Ben White, deep inside the Newcastle half, comes forward again, plays the ball to the near side to Bukayo Saka, does well again. Saka, that's a good ball towards a penalty spot, but Lascelles is across there well with a clearance, although it just goes up more than out. Tomiyasu now have a back heel, but Matt Ritchie picks it up, and now Newcastle could try and get the ball away. Joe Linton under pressure gives the ball away, but wins it back. Joe Linton and Shelby tidies up to goalkeeper Dubravka, just made that one save so far from that free kick from Martin Odegaard a few moments ago. Arsenal's best chance of this first half. Almost playing themselves into trouble. In fact, they do play themselves into trouble. Martin Odegaard now for Arsenal plays it into Bukayo Saka, gets it back 25 yards from goal. Martin Odegaard plays it into Smith Rowe. Now Sambi Lokonga and Nuno Tavares on that far side. Can he get a cross in onto his right foot? That's a good cross towards the far post. Overhit a little bit. Can Tomiyasu keep it in? He can, but the linesman says it went out, and it is going to be a goal kick to Newcastle. Tomiyasu doesn't agree with him. Shows his frustration, but it is going to be a goal kick to Newcastle. Tavares' cross there was slightly overhit, and we may be blaming the wind for that because it is very windy inside the Emirates today, and that's possibly why that cross was overhit there by Nuno Tavares. It was on his right foot as well, and it is a goal kick now to Newcastle, which Dubravka is going to take. We've played 23 and a half minutes at the Emirates. It is still Arsenal 0. Newcastle 0. Arsenal have had all the possession, only really that one chance, which was the Odegaard free kick a few minutes ago. It was a foul on Odegaard actually on the edge of the area. He took the free kick, and it was a decent save from Dubravka, although the curl on a free kick came into the goalkeeper, made it a little bit easier for him. But a decent free kick and a good save. But that's been the best moment of this game so far. And Arsenal have had all the possession, but very, very little end product, which unfortunately has been the story of the season, hasn't it? In fact, it's been the story of Arteta's 102 games as manager of Arsenal. Newcastle now are trying to go forward themselves, but Thomas Partey wins the ball. Smith Rowe now, he's got Nuno Tavares again motoring outside him on that left-hand side. Tavares now in possession, surrounded by 2 or 3 Newcastle players, and he's forced back to Sambi Lokonga, and he plays it in to Ben White. And again, it's with Tomiyasu, finds Saka right on this touchline on this near side. He's got Matt Ritchie in front of him. He gives it back to Tomiyasu instead, and Tomiyasu plays it back into the centre circle. Again, Newcastle forcing us back. Ben White now plays it to this near side to Martin Odegaard. He's got quite a free role in this game, Odegaard, drifting well along that front of the Newcastle defence. He's not maybe been influential enough on the boys yet, but I'm sure it will come. Tomiyasu now on his near side into Bukayo Saka. Put under pressure there, real pressure. He does well though, Bukayo Saka. Really good play. He played it into Odegaard, but the ball just ran away from Odegaard there. Would have been a good opportunity perhaps for Arsenal, but there's a free kick there conceded by Sambi Lokonga on Callum Wilson. And it will be a free kick to Newcastle deep inside their own half. So 25 minutes played at the Emirates. Arsenal 0, Newcastle 0. The game hasn't really got going yet, if we're totally honest. It's been a lot of Arsenal possession, but it's been a lot of backwards and sideways passing, very little penetration. Newcastle quite happy to sit back, soak up the pressure. And the best opportunity of the game was that free kick from Martin Odegaard, which produced a save from Dubravka. That was after about 20 minutes. Newcastle, that's a poor clearance actually from Arsenal. St. Maximin on the edge of the Arsenal penalty area. This could be a dangerous moment. He's gone around the outside, gets to the byline. Good defending from Tomiyasu. It's going to be a corner to Newcastle though. That's the first time St. Maximin with his new hairstyle has really been in this game. He did really well down that left-hand side, just burst past 2 or 3 defenders. And Tomiyasu, it did actually hit his arm there as he went to block that cross. Oh, and maybe that could have been a penalty actually. We're maybe a little bit fortunate to get away with that one. But anyway, he couldn't have done anything about it. He was just sliding and his arm was behind him. But it's Newcastle's first corner of the game. It took them 26 minutes to get it in front of the North Bank at the Emirates. Ramsdale bouncing around in his 6-yard box as this corner comes in towards the near post. It's flicked on and flicked over the crossbar by Fabien Scher. And that's Newcastle's first effort at goal. A good corner routine towards the near post. It's been practiced there. It was Ryan Fraser with the corner and a flicked header there from Lascelles. Not from Lascelles, sorry, from Shah, just over the top of the crossbar. And Arsenal taking his free kick quickly, but short, and Ben White's clearance comes off a Newcastle player. And it's going to be a throw to Arsenal on this near side. Nearly 27 minutes played. It's not been the greatest 27 minutes of football that we've seen in the Premier League this season, that's for sure. Neither goalkeeper's been exerted too much, just that one save from Dubravka from the free kick, and that's it. Arsenal now looking to come forward on that far side. Smith Rowe plays it back to Tavares. Smith Rowe's not really been in this game, has he, so far? Ben White now, he's got Tomiyasu just outside him again, and again he finds him. Tomiyasu plays it back to Ben White. Arsenal just not able to find the right pass to break through the Newcastle defensive ranks. They've got all 10 players behind the ball when we're in possession, and they are shutting down the space as well, but we need to maybe move the ball a little bit quicker. It's still a little bit too slow, the passing. Ben White now striding forward for Arsenal again. See Arsenal taking too many touches, not moving the ball quickly enough. Tomiyasu does flick it on first time to Saka, then he plays it into Tomiyasu. Suddenly we move the ball quicker and we do get an opportunity for a cross from Tomiyasu, but it's cleared away by Lascelles, but not very far. Comes back out to that far side. Nuno Tavares, is he going to line a cross up now? He finds Smith Rowe instead. When Arsenal move the ball quickly, we do look a little bit more dangerous. Sambi Lokonga, that's a nice play again to Nuno Tavares. He tries a shot from distance, but it goes harmlessly wide of the post. But at least he's prepared to have a go there. The Portuguese left back for Arsenal. Good play actually. A nice link up there with Sambi Lokonga. It did open up for him on his right foot, but the shot was completely miscued. Went harmlessly wide of the post. Seems a few more Newcastle fans have made it into the stadium now following the trouble with the trains. They haven't missed a lot, to be fair. So yeah, I suppose that's the one thing to say. They certainly haven't missed a lot of the game out of action, because there hasn't been a lot that's happened so far. We've played nearly half an hour at the Emirates. Arsenal 0, Newcastle 0. A long goal kick there from Dubravka again. But Ben White's underneath that, lost it forward, looking for Aubameyang. I don't think he's had a touch yet. He has now. Aubameyang is on the ball. Wasn't a good touch either. Tried to find Smith Rowe, but the pass was cut out, and now Newcastle can come forward down that far side. It's Callum Wilson on the ball for Newcastle. This is better play. Ryan Fraser now, can he get the ball into the box? Joe Linton's at the near post, but good defending that was there from Nuno Tavares. The shot comes in from distance, and a great save that was from Ramsdale again. John Joe Shelvey with the shot. Newcastle's first effort on target. That was from distance there, about 30 yards there. It's a good effort, actually. It was going to just dip under that crossbar. That's a good save from Ramsdale. Pushed it onto the bar and then over. Once again, Aaron Ramsdale coming to Arsenal's rescue. He's done that so many times, hasn't he, in the last 10, 11 games. That is the nearest we've come to a goal in this first half. It is another corner to Newcastle. Brilliant save that was from Ramsdale. Just seemed to be in a little bit of pain there with his back, maybe. But it is a corner to Newcastle, this time over on the far side. Are they going to pose a threat from the set piece? They got an effort on goal from the last one. Can they do the same from this one? It's their second corner in quick succession. Newcastle growing into this game a little bit more. Can Arsenal defend this corner? Whipped in again to the edge of the 6-yard box. Gabriel leaps there, wins ahead of it. Newcastle do pick up the second ball with Shelvey. Played it out to that far side. Cross comes in from Ryan Fraser again, and again it's an Arsenal head, and Smith Rowe completes the clearance. Again, it's Shelvey from distance, and again Ramsdale saves this one a little bit more comfortable. A low shot that was from Shelvey into the arms of Ramsdale, who now launches an Arsenal counter-attack with Sambi Lokonga. Saka now has moved over to that far side, actually. Sambi Lokonga again now plays it to Tomiyasu. He's got a little bit of space in front of him, so Maximum comes across, doing some good defensive work there for his team. But Tomiyasu still in possession. Is he going to try a shot on his left foot? He does, just past that post. Good effort that was there of his left foot from Tomiyasu. Yet to score, of course, for Arsenal. He didn't have a lot of other options on there, so he strode inside. It opened up a little bit, but Dubravka had that covered, I think, anyway. But a nice shot that was on his left foot from the Japanese defender, just past that post. Good effort, actually. And then they're just showing that shot again from John Joe Shelby, which was tipped onto the top of the crossbar from Ramsdale. That's been the highlight of this first half by a mile. And then the second shot from Shelby was a bit more comfortable for the Arsenal goalkeeper, which probably at the moment is the informed Premier League goalkeeper, isn't he? But there's an offside against Callum Wilson there, and it's going to be a free kick to Arsenal. Callum Wilson again not happy with the decision, but Arsenal do get a free kick, which they take quickly. Sambi Lokonga, who's playing well in his first half, actually, the Belgian for Arsenal, plays out to that far side to Tavares, who's had a decent half as well. All the Arsenal players are playing quite well, but it's just lacking something, isn't it? And this is typical of what we're seeing from this Arsenal team. Tomiyasu now finds Saka back over on his normal position over on this right-hand side. Even though he's left-footed, he's settled in well on that right-hand side, hasn't he, for Arsenal? Ben White there's robbed of possession by Joe Linton, but it is going to be a throw to Arsenal about 10 yards inside the Newcastle half on this near side, which Saka takes quickly back to Ben White into Gabriel. Gabriel won a good header from that last Newcastle corner, actually a dangerous ball onto the edge of the 6-yard box. It was Gabriel, powerful header away. Now Tavares cuts in from that left-hand side, tries to thread the ball through. But again, it was Ryan Fraser that time who got the blocking. But Arsenal do pick the ball up again with Sambi Lokonga. Again, he finds Tavares quite central now, the left back. And he now plays it out to that far side to Emile Smith-Rowe, who's not really been in this game yet. If we can get him on the ball a little bit more, I think we're gonna have a lot better chance of winning. Now Saka on this near side for Arsenal into Aubameyang, who's been anonymous so far. Not just his fault, though. We haven't really utilised him yet. We haven't got him in on the ball now. Martin Odegaard in the central position. Dinks it ball over the top, looking for the run of Smith-Rowe or possibly Saka, but he didn't find either of them. St. Maximin now in the defensive third does really well, actually. Wriggles away from 2 challenges. Gets past Thomas Partey as well. Good run that from St. Maximin, but good covering by Sambi Lokonga. Cut out that ball just as a Newcastle counter-attack was looking dangerous, and Arsenal win a free kick for that foul on Odegaard. You have to say St. Maximin's he's in and out of the game, isn't he? He'll do nothing for 10 minutes. You don't see him, and then suddenly he'll burst into life and do something amazing, which he just did on that run there. And it just shows what he's capable of. And Newcastle claiming they should have had a penalty from that corner. A foul there. It was Odegaard actually on Fabian Schär, I think it was, pushed him over inside the penalty area, but VAR haven't given a penalty. That happened a few minutes ago now. It's a bit too late to give the penalty at this point anyway. But now Tomiyasu has got the ball for Arsenal, plays it back to Ben White. I can understand the frustration maybe that people have with St. Maximin, because I say he's on the ball now, but he's quiet. He doesn't do much, does he, for 10, 15 minutes? And then suddenly I say he'll have some amazing moments. Now Thomas Partey for Arsenal plays the ball into Smith-Rowe. Thomas Partey, again, he's got Nuno Tavares outside him, but instead he comes near side to Odegaard, finds Saka. Arsenal attacking this right-hand side a lot in this first half. Saka now cuts inside St. Maximin. Was he fouled? Referee says yes. St. Maximin says no, but I think it was a foul. It's been given as a foul anyway. And it will be a free kick to Arsenal on this near side. It was Saka there. He had Richie and St. Maximin for company. He tried to cut inside, and I think he was clipped there. I think his heel was clipped by St. Maximin. Indeed it was. And it's going to be a free kick to Arsenal, which is in a pretty dangerous position again for Arsenal. This is over on this near side. It's about 5 yards outside the penalty area, right on the edge of the penalty area on this near side. Looks like it's going to be Bukayo Saka and Smith-Rowe over it. I'm not sure who's going to take this. The Arsenal players are lined up around the penalty spot, along with a line of black and white striped defenders as well. This gives a dangerous moment for Arsenal. Can this be the moment we'll get the lead? Saka with a free kick towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Dubravka's there again with a punch clear. It doesn't go particularly far to Ødegaard, but now the referee stopped the game. It's a head injury to a Newcastle defender who pretty much got took out. I think it's Emil Kraft, got took out by his own goalkeeper there. Dubravka showed bravery to come for that free kick to the edge of the 6-yard box. And he has clattered Emil Kraft actually as well, which is a painful one. I don't think he's completely out cold, but he did get a real whack there off his goalkeeper. All he did, and he's gone down, poleaxed in a penalty area, the Swedish defender for Newcastle. And we're going to have another hold-up in play. There's been 1 or 2 stoppages in this first half. We will get some stoppage time, but that's a little way off yet. We are 9 minutes, 8.5 minutes away from half time. It hasn't been the most exciting half of football, has it? Not been a lot of chances. Maybe one at each end. Both goalkeepers have made a good save each. Dubravka from Ødegaard's free kick, and then Ramsdale from that shot from Shelvey. They've been the highlights of this first half, and that's it really. And that shows the sort of game it's been. I don't think the wind's helping the football, if I'm totally honest, but it is what it is. We need to get on with it. It's the same for both teams, and it's not led to the greatest game of football we've ever seen at the Emirates, if we're honest. It's Eddie Howe's turn now to do a bit of coaching from the touchline with some of his players. He was talking there to Joe Willock. He's not really been in the game much, has he? An attacking threat, certainly, but Newcastle have offered very little attacking threat anyway, as it is. We've got a couple of comments that just dropped in. Rajendra says Newcastle are parking the bus. That would be difficult. Yeah, I thought that before the game. I said that's probably what they would likely do. We know they wasn't going to come and play open football and attack us too much. And that's what they've done, looking on the counter-attack. Shane, as well, doing Shane, thanks for tuning in, mate. He says, I know Uber don't suit the so-called style of play under Arteta, but his pass, touch and fight as a captain is shocking. No, I must admit, I agree with that. He's not getting in the game, and he doesn't get in the game most weeks, but when he does get the ball, he's going to get very little opportunities. He's got to make more of them, and I agree. His first touch sometimes is terrible. He's tried a few little layups that haven't worked. His passing's been off. And yeah, he's not contributing enough, is he, as captain? And his leadership is poor as well, isn't it, on the pitch? So, yeah. Anyway, Emil Kraft is now okay. He's back on the pitch again, and the play's going to resume with the ball in Dubravka's hands. He drops it and then kicks it long into the Arsenal half, looking for Joe Linton. It was him and Thomas Partey there, but Thomas Partey picks up the ball to Smith Rowe. Good tackle actually there in the middle of the pitch for Newcastle. Tried to get the ball forward to Callum Wilson, who again has committed a foul on Gabriel. Those two have been quite close together in this first half at times. Gabriel's come out on top again. Wilson completing a foul, and now Arsenal coming forward with Bukayo Saka on his near side, but it was a good bit of defending there from Matt Ritchie and Tomiyasu, who goes all the way back to Aaron Ramsdale. It's been a frustrating half of football this for Arsenal. A lot of possession, as I said, but not enough penetration. And Rajendra says football is a winter game. Well, it is a winter game, and it's certainly winter weather today, isn't it? And that's not an excuse, but I do feel the wind, when it's strong wind, it's difficult, isn't it, to get a lot of good football. And the wind does affect the play, and it certainly has played an impact in this game, but that's not an excuse for the lack of goal mouth action, really, is it? Nuno Tavares now on that far side for Arsenal. Can I get the breakthrough before half-time? Rajendra says except in the World Cup. Well, actually, the World Cup next year is in the winter, isn't it? Well, the winter over here. I know it's not the winter in Qatar, but anyway. Saka now comes down his near side, tries to cut inside and play the ball through, but Newcastle again scramble it clear. We find it difficult. They're well organised, this Newcastle team, actually. They're certainly battling for points, aren't they, at the bottom of that table. But Arsenal give the ball away there with Ødegaard now. Joe Linton can come forward for Newcastle, but he overhit that. Well, I don't know if it was a pass or it was just his bad control. And Arsenal picks up the ball again now. Smith Rowe over on that far side. Sambi Lokonga. Is he going to try a shot on the edge of the penalty area? No, he goes out wide to Nuno Tavares. Sambi Lokonga then gets the ball back. Plays a nice ball inside to Saka. This time he's over on that left-hand side. Saka goes past the defender inside the penalty to the byline, pulls it back. His header comes in, a good save, and Aubameyang's going to tap it in, is he? No, he hasn't. How on earth has Aubameyang missed that? Not quite sure what happened there. Saka shot, another good save from Dubravka. who's now got the ball again. That ball from Thomas Partey. I'm not quite sure how Aubameyang didn't score. It looked like he had an open goal from about 2 yards. Great play from Saka, this time on the left-hand side. Got to the byline, pulled it back. It was Smith Rowe's header, a good save. Oh, he's hit the post. Aubameyang actually hit the post. Good save from Dubravka, and literally from a yard, an open goal. Aubameyang's actually hit the outside of the post. That is miss of the season from Aubameyang. We were just saying how lack of sharpness he's showing. You know, he hasn't had a lot of opportunities. He's not going to get a lot of opportunities, but he's not going to get a better one than that, is he? 2 yards out. It was a good save from Dubravka initially. Really good save, actually. And the ball fell to Aubameyang 2 yards out, an open goal, and he's hit the outside of the post. Wow. What a shocking miss that was from the Arsenal captain and top scorer. He's still shaking his head about that. And it's not surprising, is it? Shane says, I can see Gabriel losing more teeth. Wilson's all over him. Wilson is all over him. I mean, that was ridiculous. That was so casual there from Aubameyang. It was ridiculous. It's like it's a good save from Dubravka, a good header from Smith Rowe, but he's got to score that. He has got to score that. That is ridiculous. Smith Rowe's looking frustrated, maybe with his own header, but in fact, it's got to be down to Aubameyang's terrible miss. We've got Air 100 in the chat. How you doing? Not watching the match. I got so excited. Yeah, we should have scored there. You don't need to watch the match. You can just stay on the channel and I'll keep you updated with everything that's going on. But we should be 1-0 up. That is, quite frankly, you'll not see a worse miss, I don't think, this season. He was literally 2 yards out of Aubameyang, an open goal, and he's put the ball into, well, off the outside of the post as well, from about 2 yards. He's standing with his hands on his hips at the moment. He certainly needs to do more, doesn't he, Aubameyang? Dubravka there just had a bit of an injury. There's been nothing going on in the game. It was an injury to the Newcastle goalkeeper, but he does now take this free kick. Goes long again. I'm guessing the wind's coming down towards the north bank at Highbury, at the Emirates, because Dubravka's kicks are going a long way. But it's a throw to Arsenal on this near side. Tomiyasu now is going to take it, plays it into Sambi Lokonga, who turns away from Joe Linton and then plays it back to Gabriel, and he goes back to Aaron Ramsdale. It's been a frustrating half this for Arsenal. We're 2 minutes away from the break, although there will be a little bit of stoppage time, I would imagine. There's been a lot of fouls. It's going to be the first yellow card now, though, to Newcastle player. I think it might be Matt Ritchie. It is Matt Ritchie for a foul there on Bukayo Saka. Arsenal looking for a quick counter-attack there. Aubameyang flicked the ball on, looking for Saka, but he was clipped by Matt Ritchie, who's got a yellow card for Newcastle, the first yellow card of the game. We're almost at half-time. It's actually his fifth yellow card. And I think that means he'll get a ban now, won't he? 5 yellow cards before Christmas. I think that's a ban, isn't it? But anyway, that's for Newcastle to worry about next week. For now, it's about Arsenal trying to turn this possession into opportunities and goals. Sambi Lokonga plays it out to Nuno Tavares, who's looked lively down that left-hand side, actually, for Arsenal in this first half. Plays it to Smith Rowe. Nice ball into Lokonga. Smith Rowe. This is better from Arsenal. Smith Rowe into the penalty. Overrun it a little bit there. And Newcastle have managed to clear it away. But that was a bit better there again. When we do quick passing on the edge of the penalty area, we certainly look a lot more dangerous, don't we? And we need to do that a little bit more. Rajendra says there, Uber might now put a little bit more effort. Let's hope so. He needs to make up for that miss, because that was an absolute shocker. Ben White now does find Aubameyang, plays the ball on to Erdegaard. That flick there almost goes out of play, but Tomiyasu keeps it in on his near side. Ben White again. Saka now turns and runs at this Newcastle defence inside the penalty area. Martin Odegaard gets it back to Saka. A good tackle actually on him in the penalty area by Cher, I think it was. Saka's gone down, but I think he's fine. And it's going to be a throw to Arsenal over on that near side. That was better from Arsenal, though. A little bit better attacking play there. Again, nice quick passing. Saka inside the penalty area. Erdegaard flicks it back to him. Good tackle that was from Cher, actually. Or Saka could have been in for a shot at goal. Tomiyasu with the throw goes back to Ben White. We are now into stoppage time at the end of this first half. There's going to be 4 minutes. I thought there'd be a bit. There's been 1 or 2 little injuries. Ben White now plays the ball to Tomiyasu on his near side. Paul whipped in towards the edge of the penalty area. Shot comes in first time from Smith Rowe. It falls to Tavares, who drills it back across the goal. Maybe need a little bit more composure there. Tavares, and maybe just dinked a cross back into the box. It was Smith Rowe's shot just before that. Tomiyasu's low cross from this right-hand side. It found Smith Rowe on the edge of the penalty. I don't know if he picked him out. The ball just seemed to fall to the edge of the penalty area, and the shot there hit a Newcastle defender, Kraft, I think it was, with the block. I think the Bradford probably had that covered anyway, but it was a good block there by Emil Kraft. The two Emils there involved in the action. Rajendra says there, but there were defender between him and the goal, not really open. You could say that he normally would put it in. Yeah, I mean, it was an open goal. Yeah, there was a defender there, but all you've got to do from that close in, you just got to basically hit the target, haven't you? It goes in. And it was a shocking miss. For a player of Aubameyang's ability and his goal-scoring record, he's got to be scoring that, hasn't he? Now Saka, now Arsenal turning up the heat, just coming up towards half-time. Saka has got Tomiyasu outside him, cuts inside, but good defending actually from Joe Willock that time on his old Hale End academy teammate coming together there. Martin Odegaard now plays the ball square to Sambi Lokonga. Arsenal showing a little bit more urgency now as we come down towards half-time. Tavares is cross looking for Saka, but it's over hit again. And he's going to go out for a throw to Newcastle on his near side. But again, now Arsenal show a little bit more intensity, moving the ball a little bit quicker. And it is suddenly leading to Newcastle looking a little bit more shaky. We're pulling their shape apart a little bit better now as we get down towards half-time. But it's been a frustrating half for Arsenal, similar in many ways to the games against Norwich and Watford before this season where we struggled in the first half. Now Saka, can we get this goal inside the penalty area to Aubameyang? Dinks across towards the far post, but doesn't really reach anybody, and Shelvey can head it clear, but not very far. So Nuno Tavares again tries a shot on his right foot, this time from the edge of the penalty area. His shooting is probably worse than Thomas Partey's at the moment. That shot went miles over the bar. Shelvey there complaining to the referee that he was fouled on the edge of the penalty area there. Aubameyang a little bit better there, looks a little bit sharper inside the penalty area, just showing a miss again. It is a shocker. An absolute shocker. And we should be 1-0 up, let's face it. We should be 1-0 up. And Bukayo Saka, the look on Bukayo Saka's face, he can't believe it either that didn't go in, like all of us. Totally shocked by that. But anyway, Arsenal now looking to still get that goal before half-time. They've just lost possession in midfield. Joe Willock now for Newcastle, drifting past a couple of challenges. That's better from Joe Willock. The ball's played out to the far side. A low cross comes into the near post from Ryan Fraser, but it's cleared away by Arsenal. But again, it's recycled by Newcastle back in towards the Arsenal penalty. Callum Wilson does well against Gabriel. Cross comes in towards the near post. It's headed away by Sambi Lokonga. Falls to Shelvey's shot again. He's offered the most goal for it, hasn't he? Shelvey again on the edge of the penalty area now. Plays the ball through. Oh, Tomiyasu did a great bit of defending there inside the penalty area. Newcastle could have been through with an opportunity at goal. Suddenly the game's opened up a bit more now as we head towards half-time. Odegaard party there had the ball taken off him briefly by Joe Linton, but Arsenal coming forward now with Lokonga in to Smith Rowe. He's got Aubameyang just inside him. Smith Rowe on the edge of the penalty area. Plays the ball square to Odegaard. Instead it comes to Tomiyasu. Tries a shot from the edge of the box, but it curls the wrong side of the post. Another shot goes wide. Shane says there, Nuno is very greedy in the final third, needs to pass more. Yeah, he's always looking to try to get a ball in. In fact, half-time whistle has gone. And Rajendra says Saka looks injured. Does he? I haven't really noticed that he did. But anyway, it's half-time. It is Arsenal 0, Newcastle 0. Not the greatest half of football, if we're totally honest. Chances few and far between, but Arsenal should be in front. There's no doubt about that. There was a chance there just before half-time. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. It was a good play from Bukayo Saka, who switched briefly to the left-hand side. Got past the Kraft, got to the byline, pulled the ball back. It was a header from Smith Rowe. Good save, actually, by Dubravka, but it fell to Aubameyang, probably 2 or 3 yards out from goal, with only a defender on the line to beat, and somehow he's just showed no urgency in the finish at all. And it went off the outside of the post. The outside of the post, I'll say, not even the inside of the post. From that close, you really got to score. Other than that, there was maybe one chance each, a free kick from Odegaard, just on the edge of the penalty area. He actually won the free kick himself and got it up and over the wall, but it was a good save by Dubravka. And then at the other end, Newcastle's only real effort on goal was a shot from John Joe Shelvey from about 30 yards, which was going in the top corner. A good save from Aaron Ramsdale, tipped it onto the roof of the crossbar, to the top of the crossbar, and over for a corner. And that's the only goal mouth action that there's been, really. A lot of Arsenal possession. I don't know what the possession stats are. We will find that out very soon. But I'd say it's got to be 70% for Arsenal. Just no penetration whatsoever, or lack of it. Newcastle have come, got everyone behind the ball. They've defended well. Let's be honest, they have, and they've made it difficult for Arsenal. But Arsenal have got to show more in the attacking third of the pitch. We've got to. It's just not been quite good enough. On the occasion that we have moved the ball quickly, we've caused Newcastle a few more problems, but we've not done it often enough. And this is why at half-time it is Arsenal 0, Newcastle 0. Rajendra says there, Tavares needs more shooting practice. Well, he does, yeah. I do like Nuno. I think he's an exciting player, isn't he? But sometimes he lacks composure, doesn't he? When he gets into that final third, he'll rush his final ball, won't he? But I'm sure he'll improve. HW in the chat, doing. Thanks for tuning in. He said Aubameyang really should have finished that. Yeah, of course he should have finished that. We know that. He all know that himself. It was a terrible miss, and maybe that just sums up where Aubameyang is at the moment. He's had a poor year, hasn't he? Let's be honest. 2021 won't go down as the greatest year in Aubameyang's career, will it? Unfortunately, and that miss kind of summed up where he's been this season, and it's just not good enough. He's got to score that, hasn't he? But anyway, the good news is, I suppose, Newcastle aren't really offering any threat either, are they? And I'm sure in the second half we'll get more opportunities, and hopefully we can get a goal and get the win. I mean, we've been the better team, there's no doubt about that. But the lack of penetration in the final third again is quite worrying. We're just not creating enough opportunities. And Newcastle have come to defend. They've got everyone behind the ball. They've been organised, which you'd expect them to do. We can't expect Newcastle to turn up and roll over. We've got to do more to open them up, and we just aren't moving the ball quickly enough. We're taking too many touches. We're too often prepared to go sideways and backwards rather than look for a ball through the defence, move it quickly. We're not doing it, and that's why it's 0-0. But as we know, as everybody says, we should be 1-0 up, shouldn't we? Aubameyang should have scored that. And there has been, I'd say, a good save by Dubravka, a couple of good saves by Dubravka. Obviously, the save from Smith Rowe's header just before Aubameyang missed was an impressive save as well. So we have to say that we should be leading this game, but we're not. And while it stays at 0-0, the longer it stays at 0-0, at some point, I'm sure Newcastle are going to come out and offer a bit more of an attacking threat. But they've had one or two moments, haven't they? Joe Linton's had a couple of decent moments. St. Maximin has been pretty quiet, but again, he's shown one or two moments, hasn't he, when he's got and run with the ball. There was one just before half-time when he got to the byline. Newcastle maybe could have had a penalty. It was a handball, possibly by Tommy Asu, who blocked the cross. But overall, Newcastle haven't really offered any kind of attacking threat. But I'm sure the longer the game goes on, the more they will come into it in an attacking sense. So we do need to keep switched on if we're going to get the win that we need. Rajendra says Tommy Asu also needs shooting practice. Yeah, our shooting's not been great, is it? But I suppose the people that shooting, your two fullbacks, and they're not really the people you expect to get your goals, are they? You want your forward players to be more in the game. Smith Rowe's been pretty quiet. Erdegaard's been moving around nicely, but he's not really getting the ball. He's not had much influence yet, has he? As I said, Aubameyang's not been in the game at all, and when he was, he missed from 2 yards. Saka's looked quite lively down that right-hand side, but again, we're not creating enough opportunities, are we? We're not putting the Newcastle defence under enough pressure. Virginia says Newcastle shooting at goal much better. Yeah, they maybe has. They've had a lot less opportunities. And already, I mean, Ramsdale's made a couple of saves. I mean, that save from Shelby was good. The first one, the second one was more comfortable, and they did have a header from a corner, didn't they? Which was a bit of a threat. But yeah, Newcastle aren't offering too much, are they? And I'm not too bothered about them in an attacking sense. But from an Arsenal perspective, we really do need to be better in that final third. And if we are, then hopefully we will get the goals and win the game. If you are new to the channel and you do enjoy what I do here, please consider subscribing. There's quite a few people watching. Please give it a like as well if you enjoy the coverage of this game. I do watch-alongs. Obviously, we have live shows 2 or 3 times a week. Cover the Arsenal women as well. We do women's watch-along. We have a women's show on a Friday. So loads of great Arsenal content on the channel on a regular basis every week. So I say please give it a like as well if you enjoy this video. I say maybe consider subscribing as well to the channel, which really helps. I've had some good views in the last few weeks. Actually, there's been a lot of great support for the channel. Really appreciate everybody who's got behind the channel. Much appreciated. Nigel's in the chat. He's a big fan of the channel. Nigel, thanks for your comments again. He says first half was lethargic. Yeah, it was. Good passing combination let down by a distinct lack of intensity. Yeah, it has been. You're probably right. I think it probably is a lack of intensity, actually. Yeah. We know what Arsenal are going to do. We're always going to pass the ball sideways and stuff. But when we do get it forward, we do need a bit more intensity. You're right. Nigel also says there, I thought we'd missed Joe Willock, but he has been a ghost so far in this game. He is, yeah, and isn't superior to any of our other midfield options. No, he's not. And I don't think anybody's totally surprised by that. I mean, I think Joe Willock's a decent player. And he was never really going to become a regular at Arsenal, was he? And he's not really become a regular at Newcastle either, to be fair. They're bottom of the league. So, and it's a shame because I like Joe Willock. I think he's a nice lad. He has got talent, but it's not quite working for him. And I guess it's difficult when you're in a struggling team, isn't it? He came on loan at the end of last season when Newcastle maybe playing a bit better. They were getting a few results, weren't they, at the end of the season. And it was maybe a bit easier for him. Whereas this season, of course, they've been under pressure. A lot of games they're struggling for results, and maybe it's a lot more difficult, isn't it, for a young player in a team like that? So maybe that's the reason why he's not quite hit the heights this season for Newcastle that he did in the past, which is a shame, isn't it? Because I think he's a talented player, and I think he will be a good player for Newcastle eventually. It's just at the moment it's just not quite happening for him, is it? And he's, as you said, he's been a ghost in this game. We've hardly seen him, have we? He's had one or two little moments that he's done okay. Committed a few fouls as well, not really been his day. And Rajendra says there both ESR strikes were on target, but their defence luckily not. Yeah, no, they were. I mean, he's done okay, Smith Rowe. He's just maybe not had the influence in this game overall that we'd maybe want him to, because we know how great he is. And Rajendra says there 25 watching. Please hit the like button. Yeah, please hit the like button if you are enjoying it. Thanks for that, Rajendra. And I say consider subscribing to the channel as well if you do enjoy what I do. I know there's a lot of channels out there, a lot of channels that do watch-alongs of the games, and a lot of Arsenal channels out there as well. So the fact that you guys are out there watching this is great. I do appreciate it. And yeah, any support of the channel that you can give would be really appreciated, because you know it's just me on my own mainly, you know, trying to talk about a club I love and I've spent all my life supporting. So if you do enjoy that, then that's great. But yeah, that first half wasn't much to enjoy there, was there? I'm just looking for a YouTube actually. There's so many watch-alongs of this game. A lot of Newcastle fans as well showing it, which you can imagine would have been difficult getting down to London for a 12:30 kickoff. Again, you see the TV channels are not ever considering the fans, do they, when they pick the kickoff times? I mean, Newcastle coming to London for a 12:30 kickoff at the best of times is going to be difficult. But you know, when with the weather that we had yesterday, I know obviously this game was selected for TV long before they knew what the weather was going to be like. But it just goes to show the lack of consideration for the fans. You know, Newcastle fans would have had to set off at an ungodly hour this morning to get here for the game. It's just unnecessary, isn't it? You don't need to kick off at 12:30. You know, they need to sort something out where you can show games live at 3:00 on a Saturday, I think, or just make because even the 5:30 games, it can be difficult getting home from games if you've got to get the train. You know, they're trying to encourage people to travel on public transport and stuff, but they make kickoff time so ridiculous that you can't use public transport because there's no trains running. So you've got to drive, or you've got to find other ways of getting there. And you know, the whole thing seems a bit of a mess at the moment for me. And it's been going on for a long time. They're not going to change it now, I wouldn't have thought. But surely fan groups have got to come together and say, you know, if you're going to have a game at 12:30, try and pick teams that are quite close together. When you look through the fixtures today, in fact, I've all looked through the fixtures now. Surely there would have been better games that you could have picked for a 12:30 kickoff where there wasn't as much travel involved. Let's have a look at the games they could have had today. Crystal Palace, Aston Villa, Liverpool, Southampton. You wouldn't want to pick that, would you? You wouldn't want Southampton fans travelling. Norwich, Wolves, Brighton, Leeds is the late one. I mean, Crystal Palace, Aston Villa would be the one, wouldn't it? If you're going to kick off early, at least, you know, Birmingham to London's not quite as far, is it? I know it's still not ideal. But yeah, I suppose the rest of them probably wouldn't have really worked. Obviously, the games tomorrow, a lot of the teams played in Europe, didn't they? Although I don't quite know why Brentford against Everton is on the Sunday. But anyway, there's some good games tomorrow, actually. Man City against West Ham is going to be a good game, isn't it? And Chelsea, Man United, of course, as well. The new manager, Radnick, gone to Manchester United as well. That's against the leaders, Chelsea. That could be an interesting game, couldn't it? So, yeah, and of course, Burnley at home to Tottenham. Of course, Tottenham who lost to some team that Well, aren't even old enough to drink in a pub, are they? That's how good that team was that Tottenham lost to the other night in the Conference League. I mean, I saw something on Twitter today that apparently if Tottenham could go out of the Conference League if they don't win their next game and the other result goes against them, which I'm sure they'll not be bothered about, actually. Do they really want to be in that competition? I'm not sure. It's absolute crap competition, isn't it? So maybe they want to be out of it. But we had a good laugh at that the other night, of course, although we're not even in Europe at all, are we? So I don't know really what we've got to laugh at. But anyway, it was funny. I will say that. Rajendra says there, Newcastle's bus is very good. Yeah, it seems like it's like a Jose Mourinho type bus, isn't it? Just maybe it's not quite as good as the Jose Mourinho bus. Maybe the alloy wheels need replacing. He says, and ESR has always got too near him. Yes, they've done a good job on him, actually. And also Uber, so they're being well marked. Yeah, they are being well marked. Newcastle have been well organised. I thought they've defended well in that first half, and fair play to them for doing so. Nigel says there, how long until rules are reversed and it is roles are reversed, sorry, that is Newcastle and their newfound riches lamenting missed opportunities in games against us. Yeah, I mean, that's what the future maybe holds, isn't it? Probably the not too distant future either, is it, for Newcastle with the money that they've got? James, how you doing, James? Thanks for tuning in, mate. Good to see you. He says, afternoon, Rich. Hope the stream's going well. Poor half this. Tomiyasu been class. I know he has. He's got forward really well. A lot of the ball he's played well. We're so bad with the ball for long periods. We seem much better on the counter. Yeah, we do. This possession thing, you know, Arteta wants to play a possession game, doesn't he? He likes possession of football, but it doesn't work because we don't seem to know where to go with it half the time. We go sideways and backwards for a while, and then it's like, well, what do we do now? And yeah, when we do counter, we do look more dangerous. That suits our style of play, or suits the players that we've got. We're not set up to play like that, though, are we? You know, the way that Newcastle is set up, it works better away from home, doesn't it? Although, having said that, our away form this season has been poor. We've only scored 3 goals away from home, so it hasn't really worked, has it? But it should do, because we're set up to play on a counter attack, aren't we? And for some reason, and I don't know what that reason is, it just doesn't. It doesn't seem to work when we get possession of the ball when we're playing teams who just sit back and don't want to do anything. They just sit back, and we have to break them down, and they shut the spaces down, and we can't do it. We've struggled for a long time. You know, not just this season, not even just last season, not just even under Arteta, actually, just in general. It's been going on for a long time, hasn't it? You know, we don't seem to be able to break these teams down, and yeah, it is frustrating. But it's only half time, and you know, I'm sure we'll get more opportunities in the second half. We've had opportunities there, one really, really good opportunity, as we saw. Anyway, the teams are coming back out for the second half. Rajendra says 50 watching, hit the like button and subscribe. Yes, please, yeah. And Rajendra says Rich's commentary is like the old radio commentary. Well, thank you for that. I mean, I'm not sure if it is, but I grew up with them, you know, Radio 5, listening to the games when I was a kid. So maybe that's inspired me somewhere along the line, you know, when it comes to doing these commentaries. But anyway, we are almost ready to start the second half at the Emirates. Arsenal now will be attacking the goal to our left in the second half, which of course is the North Bank. If you know your Emirates Stadium, if you've been there, it is a great stadium, of course, but it will never be Highbury, and a massive part of the club missing, isn't it, since we moved? But anyway, we are just about to start the second half. It's going to be Newcastle at the kickoff. They are attacking the clock end, which is then, of course, where their fans are gathered over in that far left-hand corner. So we'll see what the second half brings. It is still Arsenal 0, Newcastle 0, as you can see on the screen. And I just want to see Arsenal move the ball a little bit quicker in the final third, try and pull that Newcastle defence around a bit. We've not done that particularly well. It's difficult when they've had 9-10 players behind the ball constantly, but we've got to do more to break them down. The onus is on us. We're the home team. Newcastle bottom of the league without a win. It's on the onus of us to break them down, and that's what we need to do better in the second half. Nigel says there, we need a focal point in attack. Lacazette has been the best hold-up play out of any of our attackers, in my estimation. He is. I mean, so Aubameyang's, that's not his game, is it? He's not going to hold the ball up, is he? It tends to just bounce off him, if anything. And yeah, we do need a focal point in attack. I've been saying this for a while. We need a Giroud type centre forward, don't we? Or maybe a Lukaku. Anyway, Arsenal now coming forward again. Tomiyasu twisting and turning in the penalty area, but he's given away a free kick, and it's going to be Newcastle and have an opportunity to get the ball clear. Again, Tomiyasu getting forward well. You know, I think Nigel that mentioned it before? Well, Tomiyasu's playing. Oh, it was James. Yeah, you're right, James. He's playing really well. Getting forward well, and he's been one of our bigger attacking threats, hasn't he? The right back, which maybe sums up where we are at the minute in our attacking play. We've scored, I think, is it the second least amount of goals in open play all season from anybody. And maybe what Nigel says there, and maybe not having that focal point in attack to hold the ball up and offer an aerial threat as well. What we're lacking. But anyway, Newcastle now coming forward with is that same Maximum on around that far side. He's got to the byline. Good defending that was from Gabriel actually to hold up the Frenchman. But Newcastle was still in possession over on that far side. Cross comes in this time towards the edge of the 6-yard box. It's headed away at full stretch there from Gabriel again. Good defensive header from Arsenal. Now Tavares can stride forward down his near side. Shows good pace there. Good defending actually, and that's a foul by Fabian Schär, who's going to get himself a yellow card for that. It's Emil Kraft. Good pace that was from Nuno. That's what I like to see from Nuno. He just wants to charge up that wing. So exciting to watch, isn't he? And in the end, Emil Kraft couldn't deal with him, so I had to foul him, and he's got himself a yellow card. So that's good now. Nuno needs to keep running at him now. He's been booked. I mean, that was just pushed him over. And it's going to be a free kick now to Arsenal over on that near side. All we've got to do now is keep running at Kraft, and he's going to be in trouble, isn't he? Because he can't make a tackle now, or he'll be off. Lokonga now looks to get it back to Tavares again down his near side, but that's going to come across this time. Tavares, Kraft just hooks it out. I think it's going to be a corner to Arsenal, but this is a bit better for the start of the second half from Arsenal. Emil Smith-Rowe is going to take this corner. We've played, 3 minutes almost of this second half. It is still Arsenal 0, Newcastle 0, but this is an opportunity for Arsenal to take this. Only a second corner, actually. Everybody's crowding in around goalkeeper Dubravka inside the 6-yard box. This corner from Smith-Rowe towards the far post. Header comes in from Gabriel, but it's a comfortable save from Dubravka, who lands on the ball. Everybody was around the goalkeeper there. Then everybody ran away. The ball came into the edge of the 6-yard box. Gabriel's header just headed it down, no power, and it was comfortable for Dubravka, who's now going to kick long out of his hands. Goes in towards the centre circle. Header was won by Sambi Lokonga. But Arsenal still haven't really managed to get the ball. Smith-Rowe wins it back there off Jonjo Shelvey. Quick passing inside the centre circle. Now Tavares has got the ball, plays it into Lokonga. He tries to switch the play. Instead, he goes in to Thomas Partey inside the centre circle, plays it out to the far side to Martin Ødegaard. Coming in towards the edge of the Newcastle penalty area, goes outside him to Tomiyasu again, who's, as we said, playing well. Saka now just pushed off the ball actually by Joe Willock. Those two have had one or two little moments in this game, haven't they? Of course, very good friends, those two guys who came through the Highland Academy together, of course, along with Emil Smith-Rowe. Maitland Niles as well, he's on the bench for Arsenal. Definitely a case of friends reunited for Joe Willock today, isn't it? Jonjo Shelvey though for Newcastle now. That was nice from Lascelles, brings the ball out of defence there. Good pass actually as well to Ryan Fraser. He's put in one or two good balls actually when he's had the opportunity, Ryan Fraser. Arsenal have not really had to worry too much about a Newcastle attack, but on the rare occasions they've come forward, Ryan Fraser has put in one or two decent balls actually. I have to say that advertising ball on the far side that keeps changing is doing amazing. Anyway, it's a long ball over the top there looking for Callum Wilson, but again, Gabriel wins his header. He's been solid at the back, Gabriel, today against the threat of Callum Wilson. Now Ødegaard plays it out to the far side to Bukayo Saka, running at his Newcastle defence. Matt Ritchie, of course, has been booked as well. Saka now inside the penalty, good feet. Saka with a shot. Dubravka saves at the near post. Brilliant play that was from Bukayo Saka. He knows Matt Ritchie can't tackle him because he's been booked. He got between two Newcastle defenders there, got it onto his left foot, tried to bend it into the far corner, but it was a little bit too close to the Newcastle goalkeeper, who got down smartly to his right to make the save. Good play that from Saka, though. Really good feet he showed there. Got past two Newcastle defenders, but couldn't quite find a finish. But this is a bit better from Arsenal. We've played 5 minutes of the second half. It is still 0-0, but it's been a little bit quicker from Arsenal. We're moving the ball a bit quicker. It's currently a Newcastle throw though on this near side, which Emil Kraft takes, throws it into Joe Linton. The ball bounces off him a little bit, but he does well, shows good strength. But again, Arsenal win it back. Smith-Rowe, was he fouled? Referee says yes. And is it Shelvey gave away the free kick there? Jonjo Shelvey. In fact, it was Was it Kraft who came in, actually? He's taken a bit of a risk there. He's just been booked. Anyway, it's a free kick to Arsenal. There's been 10 fouls by Newcastle, only 3 by Arsenal. That kind of sums up this game, really, for me. But anyway, he's going to be a free kick now on his near side, which Bukayo Saka is going to take. He goes short and square to Sambi Lokonga, gets it back now. Bukayo Saka, can he whip across him with his left foot towards the edge of the 6-yard box? He does. Oh, Tomiyasu was it threw himself at it. Couldn't quite get a touch. Any touch on that there from the Japanese right back would surely have given Arsenal the lead. It was a great ball actually with his left foot from Saka from his near side. Bent outside, going out away from the edge of the 6-yard box. Tomiyasu threw himself at it. Couldn't quite get a touch on it. Otherwise, he may well have got his first Arsenal goal. Would have been well deserved actually as well for the performance he's put in today. Nigel says there, Arsenal's away support seems a lot more lively and raucous than the home fans. Home fans seem like they're coming to see a show as opposed to supporting the team. Yeah, it's been like that at the Emirates for a long time, hasn't it? The football tourists or whatever they're called. And yeah, the atmosphere at the Emirates is lacking. The away support is brilliant from Arsenal always. I love away games. They are fantastic. And yeah, it's something that needs to be maybe looked at. I think the atmosphere in the Emirates this season is a bit better than maybe it has been in previous seasons. But yeah, it could be better, obviously. But, I guess that's the way it is. That's a good ball there from Gabriel, looking for the run again of Nuno Tavares, who's almost playing as a left winger at times in this game. We've got Steve in the chat there says Newcastle. Well, Newcastle, they're doing all right. They're playing quite well, actually, defending really well. Now they're trying to come forward over on that far side. St. Maximan plays it in to Shelby. And now Newcastle looking for a little bit of possession. They've not had much possession in this game. I didn't see the possession stats, actually, but it must be 70-odd% to Arsenal in this game. And we've got another Newcastle fan in there. Football Fanatics, come on, NUFC. I say you're playing well, actually. You defended well. They're making it difficult for us, which I suppose is all you could have wanted out of your team. Maybe a little bit more of an attacking threat in the second half, and you never know. Joe Linton there's gone up for the ball with Tavares, and actually it is a free kick to Arsenal. Joe Linton there conceding that free kick, leading with his arm on Tavares. He won the ball on his chest, actually, the Brazilian Newcastle player, but it bounced off him, and it is a free kick, which Arsenal have taken quickly. Ben White striding over halfway for Arsenal, plays it out to the far side to Tomiyasu again. Those two have linked up well at times in this game. Now Ødegaard on the ball, looking to switch it to this near side to Nuno Tavares. He's not going to reach that. It's headed away by Ryan Fraser, doing his defensive duties there, the wing back for Newcastle. Of course, the Bournemouth connection with him, Callum Wilson now linking up with Eddie Howe. They had a successful partnership, didn't they, down there on the south coast? Can they work similar magic for Newcastle? But it's Arsenal currently attacking at the moment. Saka with across towards the 6-yard box, but it's far too close to Dubravka into the Newcastle goalkeeper's chest. And Newcastle will again try to play it out from the back. Lascelles up this near side to Fraser, finds Kraft, and then back to Lascelles again. Arsenal trying to force Newcastle back, but they broke the press pretty well here, and they're coming forward. John Joe Shelby, but again, Newcastle falls back again. They're playing little triangles now, Newcastle, without getting anywhere at all. Nigel says there, this is starting to feel like one of those games. It is at the moment, but we're certainly looking a little bit more, showing a little bit more energy in the second half. Thomas Partey now. Saka plays it in to Lokonga. Nice little ball in to Nuno Tavares, who's very central, actually plays it into Aubameyang. Nuno Tavares gets it back, thought about a shot, thought better of it, probably the right idea as well. He got it again, Nuno Tavares, plays it to Smith Rowe, very wide on this near side. Finds Bukayo Saka, who's also there on his left-hand side. Smith Rowe into Nuno Tavares. Saka inside the penalty. Saka scored! Arsenal have got the lead, finally. 55 minutes. A great move that was down that left-hand side. Arsenal finally get the goal that was probably deserved. Bukayo Saka it is with the finish. And it is 1-0 finally to the Arsenal. Lovely move. Tavares was at the heart of that, and Lokonga. Lovely little bit of play on this left-hand side. Tavares found Smith Rowe, He played the ball down the line to Bukayo Saka, into Smith Rowe again, into Tavares. A lovely reverse pass. He was onside, Bukayo Saka, and drilled it left-footed across Dubravka into that far corner. Beautiful finish. Really good goal it is from Arsenal. And that's what happens when we pass the ball quickly, show good movement. That is what happens. And we have got the goal that we do deserve, and a good finish that is from Saka across the goalkeeper. There's no saving that. It is 1-0 to the Arsenal, and fully deserved it is as well. Finally get the goal. Now we'll see what Newcastle are about. Can they show a little bit more attacking intent? They need a goal now, Newcastle. They've responded well to going behind before in games, haven't they? Away at Crystal Palace, they came back and got an equaliser. So they will try and do that here, but Arsenal now looking for a second goal straight away. Again, it's Tavares who got the assist for that goal. 56 minutes was the time of the goal by Bukayo Saka. Another goal for him. Great player, isn't he, Bukayo Saka? Brilliant stuff. Saka just done the Ozil signature celebration. Yeah, he did, and it was a very Ozil-like goal actually. The way he finished it, wasn't it? Ozil got a few goals like that. Shane says there, much better. Nuno would have taken a shot from outside the box in the first half. We upped the tempo from the break. Come on, you guys. No, indeed we have. Yeah, we have upped the tempo after the break. I was saying that just before. Also, absolute twinkle toes from Nuno. Yeah, he did brilliant there, didn't he? Lovely reverse pass. And Zahari says who scored it was Bukayo Saka scored the goal. Just a moment or so ago. Really good goal it was as well. Rajendra says there, Nuno is showing class. It's ESR, Nuno and Saka. Yeah, that's right. I mean, Nuno did really well there, didn't he? We said in the first half he was being a little bit greedy, wasn't he? In the final third, he was taking shots on when maybe he should look for a pass. But there, it's a lovely little reverse ball to Bukayo Saka, who's now gone down injured actually, which is a little bit of a worry, having just got himself a goal. We'll say his fourth goal of the season, isn't it, for Saka? You know, he's scoring for Arsenal, he's scoring for England. What a great player he is. Lovely ball out from Nuno Tavares, absolutely brilliant. A first time finish from Saka. That's a fantastic goal, actually. You've got to say that is brilliant. And Newcastle now have got a problem, haven't they? Because if they do come out and start attacking a bit more, and it was the Ozil celebration from Saka as well, which is good to see the players celebrating there. The goal for Arsenal, I say an important goal as well, could put us level with West Ham in fourth place. Of course, their goal difference is still minus at the moment, -3 it is now. So anyway, the 3 points are what matters, and we're certainly well on the way for that now. But Saka is just briefly going off. He just received a little bit of treatment there following that injury that he just, I'm not quite sure what it was. It looked like a hip injury. I don't know whether he was just caught there. Although Rajendra did say in the first half he thought that Saka was maybe a little bit injured then. So I don't know whether it's an addition to that. But anyway, I also do have a corner over on that far side, which is curled in towards the near post, but it's a Newcastle head away. Smith Rowe heads it back in, but this time Newcastle do clear it away, only as far as Sambi Lokonga. Arsenal now looking for this second goal. Nuno finds finds Thomas Partey on his near side, but Newcastle do tidy that up. Are Newcastle going to come out now and try and get back into this game, or can Arsenal get a second goal, which would surely seal it? You can't see Newcastle scoring twice. They've not even scored in this stadium since 2014. The last 6 meetings they've played in haven't scored. Newcastle, they're going to have to score in this game now if they're going to get something from this game. But you have to say, apart from that shot from Shelby in the first half, they've offered nothing at all going forward. Tomiyasu now plays the ball back to Ben White. Arsenal just keeping possession now, maybe just drops the intensity just slightly, having got that goal. Aubameyang now finds a Smith Rowe down his near side. Aubameyang goes off on a run. Smith Rowe moves inside instead, finds Sambi Lokonga, plays it into Tomiyasu, switches the ball towards the far post. Aubameyang inside the penalty area, off his chest. He then tried to flick it over the defender, and then it just ran away from him. He's not been very good today at all, Aubameyang, has he? Newcastle now looking to come forward down his near side. Joe Linton does really well, actually. Gabriel was asleep, but he did recover the two Brazilians there. He switched off slightly there, Gabriel, and Joe Linton just nipped him. But Newcastle now making two substitutions. Actually, Saka's gone down again. This is a worry. I don't know how much longer Saka's going to last in this game. He has gone down again. But Newcastle are preparing two substitutes. They're going to be bringing on Miggy Almiron and also Jacob Murphy. Going to maybe change things up a little bit. Rajendra says there Pepe needs to be put in now. Yeah, maybe if Saka's going to have to go off, he is back on his feet again over on that far side, but he's certainly not moving anywhere near as freely as you'd want. Aubameyang there was fouled. Arsenal keep possession. The referee allows play to go on. Sambi Lokonga pings it over to that far side to Bukayo Saka, who's now got the ball. Plays it inside to Tomiyasu. Tomiyasu does well on the edge of the penalty area. Plays it back to Saka. Can he get a cross in? Instead, he goes short to Martin Odegaard. He's going to line a shot up. He does. It hits a Newcastle defender. Smith Rowe picks it up for Arsenal. Sambi Lokonga now driving forward. Finds Nuno Tavares inside the penalty area. Tavares, it looked like he was going to try another shot on his right foot, but it was blocked this time. But yes, picks up the ball again. Nuno Tavares. He's having a good second half, isn't he? The Portuguese left back. Sambi Lokonga now into Thomas Partey. Thomas Partey drifts inside the penalty area, tries a shot. Does it get deflected? It's gone over the bar. There's going to be a yellow card to Jamal Lascelles. That must have been in the earlier incident. That was Thomas Partey and just strode forward to the edge of the box. He did get a deflection actually off Joe Willock, I think it might have been. But Lascelles has got booked for the earlier foul on Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. That's the third yellow card for Newcastle. Nigel says there, we need Bukayo at Old Trafford next week. Yeah, we do. But he's still on the pitch at the moment. He's gone down again. I don't think it's going to be too much longer. He's going to survive. He's back on his feet again, but I think he might be going off. He's not moving freely at all. In fact, I think that is going to be the end of the game for Bukayo Saka. So far, it's his goal that separates the teams. A brilliant goal it was as well. And he is actually going off, hobbling off there. A bit of a worrying sight to see. He's had a good game. Will he be fit for Thursday night at Old Trafford? It's Martinelli who's coming on, actually. Good to see Martinelli getting a decent run in this game. He's got, just under half an hour. The longest he's had on the pitch in the Premier League all season, I think. But anyway, Bukayo Saka is going off. It looks like an abductor injury, maybe a groin injury. Gives the crowd, applauds the crowd as he goes off. It is his goal, of course, 10 minutes or so ago that's given Arsenal this lead. Newcastle also making their two substitutes as well. Are actually going to wait until after this corner. Is a corner to Arsenal, which Odegaard is going to take on his far side. Martinelli's just coming on the edge of the penalty area. Can he make an impact in this game? Gabriel Martinelli. The corner comes in near post. It's flipped on by Tavares, but Newcastle do scramble it away. Gabriel Martinelli does get his first touch. Just a simple ball back to Sambi Lokonga. I think it was Nuno Tavares with a header there from that corner, but Newcastle did manage to scramble it away. Odegaard then plays it in to Aubameyang, but he had the ball taken off him. A long ball forward looking for Callum Wilson. He's got him behind Callum Wilson. Oh, he's gone down inside the penalty area. Referee doesn't want to know. Stuart Atwell, not interested. Callum Wilson can't believe it. The Newcastle fans behind the goal can't believe it either. That's the first time Newcastle got him behind in the second half. A long ball over the top. Callum Wilson got the wrong side of Gabriel briefly. He's then gone down in the area. The referee wasn't interested. I don't know whether VAR have checked it. I've not seen a replay. But maybe Newcastle will feel they could have had a penalty there. 65 minutes played in this game. So Lokonga then picks up the ball for Arsenal, plays it back to Ben White. Still haven't seen a replay of that possible penalty there for Newcastle. Be interesting to see exactly what happened. Wilson did look very, very eager to go down, didn't he? So maybe that's what's happening there. Ball into the box there for Aubameyang. He's got a touch, and Aubameyang has scored this time. Oh no, it's Martinelli. It's Martinelli with a goal. He's just come on, said he wanted to make an impact. He certainly's done that. He scored within 2 minutes of coming on. Lovely finish that as well. I thought it was Aubameyang. He was over on that right-hand side. Ball played over the top. Martinelli's got the goal. Surely that seals a victory for Arsenal there. You can't see Newcastle scoring twice. Just after that penalty miss, Martinelli's made his point in the best possible way. And it is now Arsenal 2, Newcastle 0. Odegaard with the... No, it wasn't actually. It was Tomiyasu with the assist. A lovely ball inside, dinked over the top. What a finish that is from Martinelli, first time. That's a brilliant goal. 2 brilliant goals from Arsenal in this second half, actually, have really put us in control. Tomiyasu dinked the ball forward. Martinelli with a run. Lovely finish across the goalkeeper, first time on the volley. That's a great goal. Brilliant finish it is of his right foot across the keeper into the far corner net. What a great goal it is. Absolutely fantastic finish that is from Martinelli. Well, what an impact that is to make from the substitute. That's how you make your point, isn't it? When you've been on the bench for so long, not getting many opportunities. What a way to make your point. Shane says there, yes, so happy for Gary. Yeah, we're all happy for him. Newcastle are still complaining about the possible penalty they should have had before that goal. We're just going to see a replay of it now. In fact, it was Tavares who came back. He did nudge him in the back, actually. I'll tell you what, we've got away with that. I've got to be honest. I do. You can see why that may have been a penalty. Nunes nudged him over. It was probably shoulder to shoulder. Maybe that's why it wasn't given. He did nudge right into him though, and the ball didn't go out of play before we scored that second goal. So we maybe got one slightly in our favour there, actually. So we need to be happy about it. I don't know what's going on with the score there, actually. I don't quite know what I've done. I've put an R in for some reason, which shouldn't be there. There we go. Right, here we go. Oh, there's a Y there now. I don't know what's happening. Hang on. Right, let's sort that out, and then we'll get it right in a minute. I don't quite know why there's other letters going in. There we go, 2-0. That's what we want to see. Anyway, Matt Ritchie and Joe Linton have gone off, and it is Almiron and Murphy have come on now for Newcastle. Nigel says there, that is the Gabby we all remember from when he burst onto the scene. Exactly, it is that. But Newcastle now it's looking to get a goal back. They've got an attack down this near side. Miggy Almiron, his first touch. Can he have an impact that Gabby Martinelli's just had for Arsenal with that second goal? Almiron again now playing on this right-hand side for Newcastle. And Rajendra says there, Martinelli 2-0, 2-0, 2-0. Exactly. We needed that second goal, didn't we? And suddenly Newcastle now have decided they might try and attack and try and get a goal back themselves. Cross into the box there. Oh, wasn't great defending, actually. But we've got away with it, or have we? Shelby's picked the ball up again. Shelby tries a shot from distance, but again, Aaron Ramsdale with a save. That's 3 times he's denied Shelby in this game. The last 2 have been a lot more comfortable than the first one. Decent strike that from Shelby, but comfortable enough save. And Redendra says there, Martinelli told Tommy where he wanted it. He did, yeah. A lovely ball, actually. What a finish it was as well from Gabby Martinelli. His first Premier League goal of the season. In fact, his first Premier League goal since, was it the game against Crystal Palace at the end of last season? His first goal in any competition since then. Brilliant from him. And is he going to now be able to get more of a place in the team? He's not played hardly ever, has he? But he certainly made his point there. Now also coming forward again with Smith Rowe down this near side. Arsenal been a lot better in the second half, it has to be said. Sambi Lokonga tries to thread the ball through again to the run of Gabriel Martinelli. But Newcastle this time do clear it away. Nuno Tavares there works well with Sambi Lokonga, does well down his near side. Tavares, can he get a cross in? Instead, he falls back to Smith Rowe. Tavares gets it back again. Very influential in this game, isn't he, Tavares? The assist for the first goal. He's actually played really well. Now, Erdegaard over on that far side. He's got Tomiyasu outside him again. Erdegaard inside the penalty area. Tomiyasu, can he dink a cross in? It's cleared away this time. Hits the Newcastle defender. And Arsenal can pick up the ball again with Erdegaard. Again, he's got Tomiyasu outside him. That assist for the second goal was absolutely brilliant. Rajendra says it was shoulder to shoulder. Obviously talking about the Callum Wilson penalty shot. Yeah, it was. Although he did barge into him, didn't he? Smith Rowe have a little bit of space on the edge of the bar. Lovely ball to Aubameyang. It's going to be 3-0. Good save from Dubravka at the feet of Aubameyang. Arsenal almost getting the third goal. Smith Rowe there have a lovely little ball through the Newcastle defence. They fell apart now, Newcastle, a bit like we did last week at Liverpool. And Aubameyang there just couldn't quite dink it over the goalkeeper. Dubravka made a decent save actually there. Brave save at the feet of Aubameyang. And Newcastle have now won a free kick on this near side for a foul. Shane says there, is Pepe on bench? Here he is, yeah. If he is, what does it say? Arteta taught on him. not bringing him on for Saka. Yeah, I mean, he's made the right choice, hasn't he? He's brought Martinelli on and he scored a goal. The True Sets is free. How you doing? It's a Tottenham fan. He says, you're smiling. Indeed, I am. And he says, still in Murakami. Yeah, I'm sure you are, which was fun. We did have a good laugh at that. So thanks for cheering us up on a cold Thursday evening. It was nice to see Tottenham doing their bit to help cheer everybody up in these cold winter evenings. But Newcastle now coming forward with Miguel, and he's got a player over on his near side. It's Murphy, is it? Can he put a ball across the 6-yard box? He does. Does Ramsdale get a touch to that? No, he doesn't. It's gone out for a goal kick. Murphy says that Ramsdale touched the ball. Newcastle perhaps didn't make the most of that. It was a good ball actually from Almiron. He did find Murphy, who was in a lot of space. First time, he should have maybe drilled that across the 6-yard box for Wilson rather than try a shot, which went wide. And Arsenal have now got a goal kick, which Ramsdale is going to take. That was the first real good opportunity Newcastle have had since going 2-0 behind, it has to be said. And the 263 says the players, they lost to work shifts at the supermarket after the game. Yeah, they did. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly where they were. And they did well, actually, Tottenham, to lose that game. It's an impressive feat to lose to a team like that. So well done to Tottenham for that. Right, Odegaard now looking for a third goal. Is it for Arsenal? Or he looked like he was going to shoot and then he got barged over by Joe Willock, actually, which is unusual. Was that St. Maximum? No, it was Joe Willock. Odegaard again. Now on the edge of the box, Martinelli flicks it through to Aubameyang. It comes to Smith Rowe on the edge of the penalty area. He's got Nuno Tavares on his near side. Tavares cuts inside. Is he going to shoot on his right foot? No, he goes back onto his left. Tavares plays it across the 6-yard box, but Newcastle do scramble it clear, but not very far. Smith Rowe with a shot blocked by John Joe Shelby. He's actually had a good game for Newcastle, I think. Anyway, Thomas Partey now plays it out to Tomiyasu. Another cross of Aubameyang inside the penalty. Is this going to be his moment? No, the shot's blocked. In fact, I think he was offside anyway. And the chance has gone missing. And Suter 3 says, Deluded Guna was so negative till they scored. Well, I mean, don't watch Deluded Guna is my advice. Anyway, Newcastle, they're coming forward over on that far side. St. Maximan picks out Kraft on his near side now. Murphy, the substitute. Kraft's gone outside him. Can Murphy dink across the edge of the 6-yard box? He does. Good header away. That was by Gabriel. But Newcastle picks up Fabian Schär. Tries a shot's deflected behind. It's going to be a corner to Newcastle. They're starting to put a little bit more attacking threat in now. That was Fabian Schär there, strode forward. The shot was deflected off Gabriel. I think it would have been a comfortable save for Ramsdale other than that, but it is a corner to Newcastle on this near side. They've certainly offered a little bit more of a threat in the past 10 minutes or so since going 2-0 down. The 2-6-3 says, what happened to Uber? He's so pedestrian. No, yeah, I honestly don't know what's happened to him. Is he just past his best? Maybe it's time to move him on. Anyway, corner this to Newcastle, outswinger towards the edge of the 6-yard box, headed away initially by Ben White, but Newcastle do pick up the ball again with Almiron on his near side into John Joe Shelby. Tries to dink it in towards the 6-yard box, headed away this time by Thomas Partey. And now Aubameyang is going to complete the clearance up towards halfway. But Newcastle pick the ball up again. This is their best spell of the game, this for Newcastle. We're coming into the last 15 minutes. If Newcastle are going to get something out of this game, they do need a goal very, very quickly. This cross comes in from the near side. Again, Thomas Partey's there to complete the clearance. Ryan Fraser, it was with a cross. He picks the ball up again. And he finds John Joe Shelby for Newcastle being roared on by their fans in that corner behind the goal. But if they are going to get something from this game, they're going to have to get it quickly. We are now into the last 15 minutes. It is Arsenal 2, Newcastle 0. And it's going to be a foul there by Aubameyang, who's going to get himself a yellow card. It was a foul on Almiron. And it is going to be a yellow card for the Arsenal captain, who is now going to be taken off. He's had a really, really poor game. And that was a clumsy foul. In fact, there was a foul last week, a free kick he conceded that Liverpool scored from their first goal, didn't they? Very similar position to this, actually. But he is now going off, and he's going to be replaced by his mate, Lacazette. Now, Lacazette has taken the armband as well. But this is now free kick to Newcastle, midway inside the Arsenal half. Ryan Fraser is going to take this. It's an opportunity this for Newcastle to get themselves back into the game. The header comes in there from Fabian Schär again, but it's over the top of the crossbar, and anyway, it was offside. It is going to be a free kick to Arsenal. The Truth Sets Free says you're safe. Well, I think we're safe. Yeah, I would say so. When my dad wants to piss me off, he calls me John Joe Shelby. Well, John Joe Shelby has a good game today. I've got to be honest. I think he's played well. And Magenda says their wall stood up for our third attempt. So we are now 14 minutes away from full time here at the Emirates. Arsenal 2, Newcastle 0. It looks like it's going to be another fruitless trip down to the Emirates for Newcastle. This will be 11 in a row they would have lost on this stadium. It will be 7 in a row without even scoring. December 2014 was their last goal here. If anyone in the chat knows who scored that goal for Newcastle, please drop it in the chat just to show how clever you are. There might be one or two Newcastle fans that maybe know who it was that scored the last Newcastle goal here at the Emirates. It was December 2014. Arsenal won that game 4-1. And who scored Newcastle's goal? There's a question of the day for you. The first person to get the answer right will get a star for being clever. 263. Do you golf? Not really. No, I don't mind golf. I don't really tend to play it too much. I've got a set of golf clubs in the shed actually, which maybe I need to get out and dust off. And we've had another chat there. Oscar says, "Good work, the guys." Yeah, good work in the second half. Certainly, a lot better. A good couple of good goals. Nigel says that Uber is facing a natural decline, like all players do. I think he's had a good career and has been available consistently. Strikers like RVP and Fernando Torres had much sharper declines. Yeah, you may be right. I do think he does seem to be in decline, but unfortunately, he's got that big contract now, and that's a problem, isn't it? But anyway, let's hope he can find a little bit of form later on this season, because that has been our problem, hasn't it? Not having a proper goal scorer who can score goals consistently. And he was really, really poor today at Babbitt, it has to be said. That's probably the poorest he's been for a long time. Anyway, Newcastle now, this game looks over. We've got 12 minutes to play. Arsenal now have sat back, quite happy to let Newcastle have the ball, because I think we know they're not really going to offer too much of a threat with it. And we've got an answer to the question there. Jose Perez from The Truth Sets Free. So you get a star. That was, of course, a long time ago. Of course, Perez now at Leicester, of course, as we know. Not really playing that often. It's easy for Leicester, actually, for some reason. But anyway, Newcastle now are looking to get a goal at the Emirates for the first time since, I say, December 2014. Very, very long time. But they need to if they're going to get anything from this game, or they will remain bottom of the table this afternoon. Shelby with an effort from distance. Again, this one strikes an Arsenal defender. I think it was Ben White. And now Arsenal can bring the ball out themselves. They're showing no urgency to get forward now. The job is pretty much done, you have to say. And Gabriel plays it back to Aaron Ramsdale. We're coming up to the last 10 minutes here at the Emirates. Arsenal 2, Newcastle 0. Fairly comfortable it's been in this second half, certainly since the second goal went in. Newcastle never really offered much of an attacking threat, did they, in this game? Anyway, before that, and you felt once the first goal went in, it was going to be a struggle. But maybe the turning point was that penalty shot Newcastle had. Really went up the other end and got the second goal. We're now looking for a third. Tavares finds Martinelli on that far side. Oh, it just ran away from him. That was a shame. If he'd got that ball more under control, he could have pinged it into that far corner. He didn't quite manage it, and it went through to the Bravka. Martinelli there. I don't think he was expecting the ball to actually reach him. The defender in front of him missed it, and I think it maybe caught him out a little bit. So it bounced off him. His touch wasn't what it needed to be. And in the end, the chance went begging. But he has got himself a goal today, Martinelli. Very, very good goal it was as well. But now Newcastle coming forward with St. Maximin. They're now going to have an opportunity, I know, to get a goal inside the penalty area. Callum Wilson, he's got nowhere to go with, really. Murphy finds St. Maximin still inside the Arsenal penalty area. St. Maximin twisting and turning, looking for a cross. Dinks over to the far post. Header comes back in across. Tomiyasu heads it away. And now Arsenal have got a counter-attacking chance. It is Martinelli. He's got Lacazette for company. Martinelli, will he go himself? Or will he find Lacazette? He finds Lacazette now inside the Newcastle penalty. It's going to be 3-0. Lacazette into near post. It's gone into the side netting. Chance of a counter-attacking goal there. And the Truth Sets Free says that's pathetic. Nil goals, 8 years at the Emirates. Exactly. it'll be actually, this will be the seventh game that they've played. Bearing in mind they were relegated, of course, one season, wasn't they? So they didn't play that season. But yeah, it's been a terrible record that they've got at this stadium, and it's not getting any better, is it? Today, Arsenal again picking up the ball with Sambi Lokonga, finds Tavares into Gabriel. Now Thomas Partey coming forward for Arsenal. That ball was rather telegraphed, looking for Odegaard, and Fabian Schär brings it out for Newcastle. And now trying to come forward and break that record that we've said, this terrible record they've got of not scoring in this stadium. Here's St. Maximin. He's got support out of the outside. This is better. Shot comes in from the edge of the box, but again, it's a comfortable save from Mendes. That was Joe Willock there with the effort. A lot of people felt that maybe Joe Willock would get his first goal of the season today. He did well there, actually, on the edge of the penalty area. Pinged the shot in, but Aaron Ramsdale was always going to save that. The form he's in, it would take something really special, wouldn't it, to beat him from there. We're now, 8 minutes away from the end of the 90. Arsenal are 2-0 ahead. Pretty comfortable, you have to say. And Nuno Tavares now down this near side, dinks a ball forward. It wasn't a particularly good ball looking for Lacazette, but Smith Rowe does pick up the loose ball. Now Samuel Lokonga, Smith Rowe again finds Thomas Partey. He's forced back, finds Gabriel, who pings the ball over to that far side to Martin Odegaard, striding forward for Arsenal. He's got Martinelli outside him. He's got Lacazette ahead of him. And instead he goes out now to Martinelli, just on the edge of there. He's just inside the penalty now, Martinelli. He's got nowhere to go now. He has to go back to Odegaard again. Plays it square to Thomas Partey. Is Thomas Partey going to get a shot away? No, he isn't. He's forced wide by Joe Willock. And now Odegaard again on the ball. Arsenal just taking their time, keeping possession, just knocking the ball around comfortably. Lacazette now tried to ping it in to Odegaard, but Newcastle do pick up possession. And they may have a chance now of a counter-attack. Almiron in midfield. Good tackle that was there from Smith Rowe. Wins the ball back for Arsenal. Smith Rowe again. No, it's Odegaard, sorry. He plays looking for Smith Rowe inside the penalty area. Fabian Schär cuts out that pass. And now Newcastle coming forward down this near side with Jacob Murphy striding forward, and then he's fouled, is he, by Thomas Partey. The referee says no. Tavares can bring the ball forward for Arsenal, but he chooses not to and goes back to Sambi Lokonga. Again, it looked like it could have been a foul there on a Newcastle player, but the referee says no. He's been quite good, the referee, from an Arsenal perspective. I don't think there's any doubt about that today. Thomas Partey now. Arsenal pretty much at walking pace now as we go into the last 6 minutes. This is nice, though, from Arsenal. Martinelli down that far side. It's going to be a free kick, is it? The referee says no. He's given a goal kick instead. Ryan Fraser it was with the tackle. And now we're making another substitution. Our third substitution of the day. It's going to be Mohamed El Neni, who's coming on for Thomas Partey. I was going to say a like-for-like swap, but it's not really, is it? Thomas Partey is a world-class player, and El Neni is El Neni. But he's going to come on for these final few minutes just to maybe shore it up. We've got some big games coming up, haven't we, in the next week? So it's important to keep everybody fresh. Nigel says that Newcastle are on 6 points with the likes of Leeds and Watford and Villa around them. They are definitely going on a spending spree in January to avoid relegation. Yeah, they have to, don't they? Because if they don't, they're going to be in trouble, aren't they, with this team? Let's be honest. No wins now in 13 games. It's going to be 6 points, bottom of the league. And yeah, they've got a massive job to do. Eddie Howe's got a big job, hasn't he? Yes, he's got money to spend in January. Can they get the players they need? That's going to be the question. And if they can't, they could end up being a very, very rich club in the Championship. And the True Sets Free there says, I was the youngest person ranked top 10 golf teacher worldwide in 2017. Oh, well done. Congratulations. Brilliant. That was in 2017. All Spurs channels know this now since I gave them loads of dollars in super chats. You get free lessons valued at $475 an hour online. Oh, okay, that's no problem. You're free to advertise that. And if anybody wants golf lessons, and Red Sox fans do like Yankees fans, but it's rare. I don't know too much about American football, if I'm totally honest. But yeah, I mean, I don't really play much golf. I would like to become better at it. So I've got a set of golf clubs in the shed, which I need to maybe get out for maybe when the weather gets better, and maybe go and practice on the driving range, perhaps. So Martinelli now over on that far side for Arsenal, looking to see if he can get a cross in. He's held up by 2 Newcastle players, but he does really well, Martinelli. He goes back to Martin Odegaard. Arsenal looking for this 3rd goal. Lacazette inside the penalty. Is Lacazette going to get it? Dubravka's come out. Lacazette tries to beat him, but he can't. And I don't quite know what he tried to do there. He tried to turn back on himself, Lacazette. And Dubravka just took the ball off him. Arsenal are looking for the 3rd goal to complete the job. Although you have to say it looks as though the job's pretty much complete anyway. But suddenly Newcastle now looking a little bit dangerous down that far side with Alan St-Maximin inside the penalty area for Newcastle. Tries a shot. Good save from Ramsdale again. Comes to the edge of the penalty area. And again, Newcastle were claiming a foul. Their players do like to go down quite quickly, don't they? But anyway, Arsenal now looking to launch a counter-attack following that good save from Ramsdale. Odegaard finds Martinelli over on that far side. Gabriel Martinelli, the scorer of the 2nd goal. Tommy Asu, of course, created that 2nd goal. Now, shot from Smith Rowe from the edge of the penalty area. It's deflected safely into the arms of Dubravka, and we are 3 minutes away from the end of the 90. Arsenal 2, Newcastle 0. In the end, it's been a fairly comfortable victory for Arsenal. We had to work hard for it, though. Newcastle defended well for a long time. That first goal to open this game up. Nigel says there, Man United, Chelsea and City Irons are great fixtures for us considering this result. Now they are. Let's see what happens with those 2 games tomorrow. Going to be interesting, isn't it, to see those games, see what results we get. Obviously, West Ham, we'll be level on points to West Ham at the moment. The Truth Sets Free says it's baseball. Oh, baseball, yeah, okay. I don't really follow baseball either. That's probably why I don't know. And he says Yankees versus Red Sox is the biggest sports rivalry in the US. Oh, right, okay, yeah, fair enough. Newcastle made another substitute. Hayden's come on for Shelby. Back at the Emirates, of course, Isaac Hayden, former Arsenal player, alongside Joe Willock, the 2 of them back at the Emirates today. Collins there in the chat says, do you think we should be looking for a new striker? Well, we definitely should. I think we need a new striker, don't we? I think Aubameyang clearly on the decline. Lacazette as well. Output's not enough. The Truth Sets Free says Uber is mid-table now. Well, I don't know about that. He's certainly nowhere near as good as he was. And Boston versus New York, they hate each other. Okay, well, that's good to know. I'm learning about baseball today as well, which is great. Every day's a school day, as they say, and it's good to catch up with other sports as well. Newcastle now share a long ball looking for Callum Wilson, but Arsenal have dealt with that as they've dealt with most of the Newcastle threat actually all day today. It's got to be said. And now we're coming forward again with Gabriel Martinelli down that far side. Can Arsenal get a 3rd goal? Martinelli inside the penalty area. Oh, he tried to get the ball across. It was Lascelles came across there. Martinelli's claiming he was pushed in the face. He's gone down, maybe looking for a penalty. He's holding his mouth actually. And I'm not too sure what's going to happen here. Martinelli there bursting into the penalty area. I don't think it is a penalty, I've got to be honest. Oh, he did actually. God, he did catch him in the face, actually. I don't think he meant to. It was a firm challenge from Lascelles, it has to be said. And right in the face of Martinelli. A very firm challenge, actually. And I'm not sure if VAR are going to be looking at this. It was quite similar to the one at the other end, actually. Nigel puts a comment in the chat there, says baseball is American cricket. Yeah, I suppose it is really. I don't really like cricket much, if I'm honest. But anyway, I know it's very popular. And True Sets Free says Nigel pretty much got way better. Well, I mean, I don't know enough about either sport, if I'm totally honest. I don't really watch cricket or baseball or American football for that matter either. So anyway, Martinelli is still getting treatment on the pitch. He could have even broken his jaw. That was quite a firm challenge, that we know. But anyway, Rajendra says there, we now need to know how to score more goals to get our goal difference better. Well, yeah, we do. We're still -2, of course. There is going to be 4 minutes stoppage time at the end of this game, which we've just gone into now. There might be a bit more now, actually, because Martinelli is still down. They're just showing his goal again. Lovely finish that was. Absolutely brilliant goal. The 2 goals today, actually, the game hasn't been great, let's be honest, but the 2 goals have been exceptional. Really well created and well taken, both the goals. Bukayo Saka with the first one and then Gabriel Martinelli with the second one. Absolutely brilliant goals they were. Maybe not really in keeping with the game as a whole, it has to be said, but we'll take the 3 points, definitely. Really important 3 points for Arsenal. Martinelli is still down. He did certainly get a whack there on his cheek from the Newcastle captain Lascelles, and he is now finally getting to his feet, and he has got to go off the pitch. But he'll be happy with life today, won't he, Gabriel Martinelli? He got a good opportunity. He got nearly half an hour of this game, and he has got a goal as well. Nigel says there, my local side are Vancouver Whitecaps who play in the MLS. I know, I've heard of them. I sort of know a bit about that American soccer, shall we say, then, isn't it? And the Truth Sets Free says, everywhere we go, we lose to Mura Farmers. Indeed you do, yeah, which is nice. And I say it was good. It was a good job cheering us up the other night. I did enjoy that, I have to say. I didn't watch the game, but I obviously saw the result, and it did put a smile to my face, I have to say. And however kind of bad Arsenal get, at least we'll never be that bad that we lose to a bunch of farmers. Regina says, I remember Campbell being sent off for an elbow. No, that was against Man United, wasn't it? That game, I think you remember in there, when he got sent off. A very similar. That was on Solskjaer, I think it was actually, wasn't it? Didn't he elbow Solskjaer? Anyway, Newcastle now coming forward, looking to end that barren run at the Emirates. The ball across the 6-yard box, but Ramsdale is going to grab that quite comfortably. And we are now 2.5 minutes into the 4 minutes of stoppage time. There may be a little bit more now because Martinelli, of course, got injured in that. And now actually Ben White's gone down as well inside Arsenal's 6-yard box. So a couple of late injuries here for Arsenal. Hopefully it's nothing serious because we have got a lot of games coming up in the next couple of weeks. But that was, again, a counter-attack from Newcastle that's come to nothing. It was Murphy again with a ball across the 6-yard box. Not the greatest ball, if we're totally honest. And again, Ramsdale was able to get it there. The Truth Sets Free says, Nigel, great stuff. I love the Seattle Sounders because my favourite player of all time is Obafemi Martins. Well, I remember Obafemi Martins. Did he not score a winner against Arsenal in the League Cup final, didn't he, for Birmingham back in the day? I also seem to remember him scoring at Highbury in the Champions League. Was it AC Milan when they beat us 3-0? I think he scored one goal that night, didn't he, as well? And I think he played for Newcastle, didn't he? And I think he scored 1 or 2 for them as well against us. Is that why he's your favourite player? Because he scored a few against Arsenal in his career. but anyway, maybe Newcastle could have done with him today to maybe get a goal against Arsenal because they're still awaiting for the first goal at the Emirates since December 2014, which is a good statistic. I like it, so I'm going to keep saying it until Newcastle do score, which probably isn't going to be in this game now. We are into the last 20 seconds of stoppage time. There may be a little bit more stoppage time now, of course, due to that injury to Martinelli. But it looks like the game is going to finish 2-0. But this is a good run by St. Maximum. He's not done a lot in this game so far. And then the final ball was just cut out by Nuno Tavares, who strides forward. Can Arsenal get a third goal in the final few moments here? There's a ball played there looking for Smith Rowe, but it is going to go through to Lascelles. And we have now played those 4 minutes of stoppage time. It's just how much more the referee wants to add on in this game. And it is going to finish in an Arsenal victory. We've bounced back from that Liverpool defeat in the best possible way. Once again, though, it's been a team at the bottom of the league, near the bottom of the league at home, that we're beating, and we should be winning these sort of games. So we shouldn't really, we shouldn't be getting too excited. We've won a game that we should win. We played well in the second half. We scored 2 great goals, but we have got 2 really big away games now, and this is where we want to really see these improvements, don't we? Manchester United, of course, under a new manager, and then Everton, who have had their problems, but they've still got some good players. They are a good team, and it's a traditionally difficult ground for us. But we have now played nearly 5 minutes of stoppage time. Newcastle are going to finish perhaps in possession. Can they break their duck at the Emirates? Ryan Fraser over on that far side puts a cross in. Oh, and Ramsdale has to touch it over the bar. I don't know if it was going in. And Nigel says there, Ramsdale needs to tuck his jersey in like a proper goalie. Well, I think he is a proper goalie, isn't he? The truth is, oopsie did you. He did score a few against Arsenal. But Newcastle have a corner now, which Ryan Fraser is going to take. It's their 4th corner of the game, which is exactly the same number that Arsenal have had. This will probably be the last action of this game. Corner comes into the edge of the 6-yard box. Ramsdale comes out, punches, and I think that's going to be that, is it? In fact, it is. The full-time whistle's gone. Arsenal have won. We have beaten Newcastle here at the Emirates 2-0. Both goals in the second half. We don't score that many in the second half, so we need to be to enjoy that as well. Really good goals they were as well. Bukayo Saka with the first one. Lovely move down that left-hand side. A lovely ball actually from Nuno Tavares, put him in. and the first time shot from Saka across the goalkeeper into the far corner. That made it 1-0. What was that, 52 minutes then? He had to go off actually soon after that, Bukayo Saka, with an injury. But it was his replacement, Gabriel Martinelli, within 5 minutes of coming on, got the second goal. This time it was down the right-hand side. Tomiyasu with a lofted ball into the penalty area and a brilliant first-time volley from Martinelli. That was 66th minute, and that made it 2-0. In the end, Arsenal eased off a little bit after that, which you could understand why. Got the job done. Newcastle had one or two moments on the counter-attack. Shelvey had a couple of chances. Ramsdale made a couple of good saves again, as he tends to do. But it's about Arsenal winning this game today. They've won fairly comfortably in the end. It took a while to get the goal early in the second half. Brilliant play from Saka and Martinelli as well with the second goal. And yeah, the goals were good. The game maybe not quite as good, but we got to win, and that's the most important thing. The Truth Sets Free says there, 91st minute, Birmingham City. Yeah, we remember that one. Koscielny blundered ball and backflips ensued. They did, yeah. He liked a good backflip celebration, didn't he, Martins? He dominated the MSL, backflips every go. I can imagine he did. He was a decent player, actually, Obafemi Martins. And Truth Sets Free says, became Spurs fan in 2020. Well, you can change to an Arsenal fan in 2022. I think that's what you should do. Nigel says then, up next, Vieira's Eagles take on Stevie G's Villa. Good game for the neutral. No, it will be a good game, yeah. Obviously, Patrick Vieira's done really well, hasn't he? What a great impact he's made at Crystal Palace. And, of course, Villa under Stevie G, his second game, got a win in his first game last week. So that'll be an interesting game, actually. So we'll see how that goes. But this game has finished, I say, Arsenal 2, Newcastle United 0. And yes, we got the result we expected to get, let's be honest. Newcastle didn't offer anywhere near enough of an attacking threat. They've got a lot of work to do, Eddie Howe, hasn't he? If he's going to pull this team away from the relegation zone. Yes, they've got money to spend in January. Let's see how they spend it, because it's vital now, isn't it? They are in serious trouble. They may have a lot of money, but they are in trouble at the bottom of the Premier League. And it's going to be a difficult job to get them out of that, isn't it, this season? No matter who they buy in January, they've got a lot of work to do. Vijendra says now we are now beating teams below us. Also, now there are a lot more of them. No, exactly. Most teams that we play now are going to be below us, aren't they? So we're having to play teams below us. But even before, when we were winning games, even when we were lower in the league, most of the teams we were beating were below us, weren't they? Watford, Norwich, Burnley, teams like that, you know. Mark's in the chat there. He says, will we spend any cash in January? Well, I don't know. I personally would. I think we maybe need to. I still think the squad is weak in certain areas. You know, we are crying out for a striker. Yes, Martinelli's come on today. Like to see him get more time now, actually. He could save us a few quid, couldn't he? A few million in a new striker. He can score goals. We know he can. He scored goals in his Arsenal career. So, yeah, I think we should spend a little bit of money in January. You don't often get too many players move in January, do you? Not really, not often. I know we got Aubameyang in January a few years ago. Certainly a player like that would be a good signing, wouldn't it? A goal scorer who could actually score goals. A centre forward who can link the players. I think Nigel said, didn't he, earlier on today? That could be someone that we could look at. I still think a little bit short in midfield as well. I know Xhaka's coming back from injury, so maybe that may solve that problem. The Conga's, you know, he's growing into his position, isn't he? We now got good cover at left back. Tavares, brilliant today. He definitely was. Mark says a good result today. No, it was a really good result. We needed a win. We got the win. And as Nigel says, a drag game, but a clean sheet, and that magnificent Gabby finish are the main positives. And the first goal as well. I thought the first goal was good as well. Well worked finished goal that was from Saka as well. So there are some positives. And yeah, you know, ultimately we've got to win, and that's the biggest positive that there is. And we needed it, didn't we, as well, with these two tough away games? Because if we'd gone into that following the Liverpool defeat, if we hadn't got a win today, that would have put massive pressure on us for those next two games. And now we can go with a bit more confidence. Our away form's got to improve, hasn't it? Just 3 goals we've scored away from home so far. That's not good enough. We've got these 2 big away games this week. We've got to do better away from home. We've got to offer a little bit more of a goal threat. And, you know, both those teams that we're playing have had their problems as well, haven't they? So, but the new manager effect at Man U, we might see how that goes. Mark C says, after last week, we needed that. Exactly that, we did. That's exactly what we did need after that. We got it. It took a while for us to get going today. We were a little bit slow starting in that first half, but the second half was better. Certainly the first 20 minutes of the second half was better, and we got the goals, and we move on. And Mark C says there, fifth spot and no one can overtake us. No, indeed they can't. And if West Ham do lose tomorrow to Man City, we'll remain level on points with them in fourth place. This goal difference is a little bit of an issue at the minute, isn't it? We could be in the top four now with a better goal difference, but unfortunately we've suffered a couple of heavy defeats and we're still not scoring enough goals. That's only 15 that we've got in 13 games, which isn't really enough for a team that wants to be serious about finishing in the top four. So there is an issue that we need to sort out. Is that down to personnel or is it down to style of play and tactics? That's something that Arteta needs to look at. But yeah, in January, going back to the earlier point, I would be looking at maybe getting another goal scoring or a goal scoring midfield player maybe, because we've got midfield players: Partey, Lokonga, Erdegaard, Xhaka, El Neni. They don't score goals, do they? So maybe we do need a midfield player who can score goals as well, perhaps to give us an extra goal threat, perhaps as well. So yeah, True 63 says, will you be doing any therapy shows for Spurs fans after Thursday? Yeah, well, you probably could have done with one, couldn't you, actually? So maybe we'll look at doing that, perhaps. Maybe called a comedy show if we're going to be featuring Spurs, I think. Mark C says, we said that one already. Yeah, no, above us indeed. So the True 63 says, this was not therapy added to the pain. You did warm me. No, I did. I told you a couple of weeks ago that you're going to suffer a lot of pain being a Spurs fan. So now maybe the time to jump ship, come across to the good side of North London and enjoy the great football that we're playing, or maybe not, but we are doing okay at the minute. Redendra says, Martinelli and Balogun under 23s are showing improvement. Balogun's looking good in the under 23s. Is he quite ready yet? We saw what he did in the Premier League earlier in the season. I don't know. We'll have to see. Again, he maybe needs more game time, as Martinelli does. Mark C says, Uber shot shy. Well, he wasn't shot shy when 2 yards out and hit the post, was he? But anyway, he is overall, yeah. And Regina says, we need a good left back like to be honest, Tavares has been brilliant, hasn't he? Maybe not defensively always, but he's an exciting player to watch. He got a great assist today. I thought he had a great game. The True 63 says, we have Conte and you do have Arteta. And that's a good point. That's fair enough. I'll give you that one. Mark C says an extra striker needed. Yeah, I think or if we're not going to get a striker, I do think Martinelli can maybe fill that role if he's given more time. We definitely need a midfield player who can score goals, because we just don't have any goals from midfield at all, do we? And that's a problem. You look at all the successful teams; they do have goals from everywhere, and we don't really do it. Saka's been getting a few, Smith Rowe as well. But other than that, the midfield players just behind them don't really score, do they? Lokonga hasn't scored yet. Partey's got one goal for us. Erdegaard's got 2 or 3. Xhaka only gets 1 or 2 a season. So we need a 10 goal a season midfield player, don't we? I think, to come in there, and then that it's going to help us out, won't it? But we'll see how that goes in January and obviously next summer as well. Nigel says, we seem to have overcome our bogey teams of the last decade, United and Chelsea, but have a new one in Liverpool. Yeah, I mean, Liverpool are just Liverpool, aren't they? Anfield's been like Newcastle can't win at the Emirates. We can't win at Anfield, can we? Similar kind of length of time as well, isn't it? A poor run. So I guess we just need to maybe accept that does happen sometimes. But Jenna says, we need a strong player who can hold the ball in attack. Yeah, we do, yeah. A proper centre forward, I would say. And Nigel says they bring back Giroud. Well, yeah, maybe he's a little bit past it now, unfortunately. But somebody like Giroud, a player like that who can do that sort of job. And the truth says, so you want a cup of tea? No, I will have a cup of tea very shortly. We're going to finish the show. It's been good. I've enjoyed it. The game wasn't great, as Nigel said. It was a bit scrappy. Arsenal didn't really play that well overall. A little bit slow, lethargic, certainly in the first half. We livened up the start of the second half for 10, 15 minutes, got the second goal, and then it was comfortable after that. Really, really pleased for Gabby Martinelli to get his goal today. He's not been getting enough game time, and it's great to see him on the field and getting a goal today. Ren says, sorry, I meant a right back. A backup. Yeah, we would be struggling without him in the team. You're right, actually. Yeah, backup right back. Cedric's just out of favour completely, isn't he? So yeah. I see. He says to support. No, if you want to buy me a cup, that'd be fantastic. Yeah, there's links down in the description of the video to support the channel. That would be much appreciated. But yeah, I mean, you're right with Dad. Actually, the right back is a good thing. You have no super? No, I don't have super chats. No, not yet. I'll get there. I'm getting towards 1,000, aren't I? So with support like yourself, I'm sure I'll get there. And the Truth at Three says, I really offered $500 of golf lessons in future for free. Yeah, well, that'd be handy for people that are in the US. It's not going to be much use to me over here in snowy. It is actually snowing. I've just looked out the window. It is snowing here in England at the moment, so which is nice, isn't it? So I'm glad I'm indoors in the warm. And the storm didn't cause too many problems here, but it was certainly windy last night, and it did. A few trees got knocked down, a few fences got knocked down, but I suppose when you look at what happened in the rest of the world, we can't really grumble too much, can we? And now we've got a bit of snow, which looks nice, but it's not much fun to be out in, is it, when it's freezing? Only says online lessons. Oh, fantastic. Oh, online golf lessons. Well, there you go. Fantastic. What an offer that is. Online golf lessons. I'll have to, when the snow stops, I'll get my golf clubs out of the shed, and then maybe we could see about doing that. But yeah, so in the end, I say Arsenal won this game comfortably. In the end, 2-0. Could have been more. We had a few more chances. Newcastle didn't really offer much of a threat today, if we're honest. They've got problems. I think it's clear. Eddie Howe's got a big job on at Newcastle, isn't he? If he's going to keep them up in the Premier League, and we'll see how that works for them. But you know, they've got some good attacking players. They just need to maybe get more out of them. Defensively, I thought Newcastle defended well, didn't they? They were organised for most of that first half. But we didn't lose patience. We kept going and we kept going. And finally, in the second half, 2 good goals as well. Regenda says this team is growing and we're back from a bad defeat. No, exactly. And that's what we needed to do. You know, we're going to lose games. We've got a young team and we're still not quite where we want to be. And we are going to lose games. The important thing is you lose a game, you bounce back and you go on another run. But for me, this next week now is a massive week, isn't it? We've got Manchester United away in midweek, and then the following Monday we've got Everton away as well. 2 really, really big games. That's going to really define, I think, exactly where give us a lot more of where we are as a team. I think in this league, because you know we've won a lot of games, but against teams you'd have expected us to win. Let's go away at Man U. Let's go away at Everton. If we can get 4 points or more from those 2 games, then you've got to sit up and say, you know what, maybe we can seriously challenge for that top 4. If we lose both of them 2 games, or we get 1 point out of the 2 games, then you've got to think, are we really progressing that well? But anyway, we can only beat what's in front of us. We've done that today. It's finished 2-0, and we've got to be pleased with that. The Truth at 3 says, congrats on your win. You're the best commentator on YouTube. I don't know about that, but thanks for the comments. Wish you were Spurs. We appreciate you more. Well, I mean, I don't really wish that on anybody, actually. And he says, I have to admit, Arteta has done a good job. People wanted his head after the first 6 games. I've got to be honest, I'm not completely convinced about Arteta still. He's turned it around well. You can see what he's trying to do, and it's sort of working to a degree. We're getting good results, but yeah, I don't know. He's got a little bit more work to do to convince a lot of us that he's the right man to take us where we want to go. We've improved slightly, but we finished 8th the last 2 seasons. This season, we've got to get in Europe. We've got to be in that top 6. Anything other than that would be a failure from Arteta, from everybody at the club. So that's how we need to judge ourselves. And I think these next 2 games are going to go a long way to seeing how likely that's going to be to happen. Nigel says there, odd that we're playing a league game on a Thursday. I think this is a week where Amazon Prime have got the games, haven't they? So they've spread them out through the week, haven't they? And we've got the Thursday game, and then we're playing on Monday as well. Because of that, they've moved the Everton game to the Monday. So we've got 2 midweek games again. But let's hope we can get the results. I say 2 games, 2 grounds. We've not had great results over the years. I know we did win at United last season, but Everton have caused us problems at Goodison Park. So we need to, I say, if we can get 4 points out of them games, I would be really optimistic that we can go on and finish in the top 4 possibly, because I think there's a place there for somebody. But let's see how we respond away from home now with these 2 big games. But today we've got the job done. So thanks all you guys for watching. Thanks for all the comments in the chat again. Been really busy. Fantastic. Thanks for everybody for tuning in. A lot of viewers today as well. Really surprised of how many of you have watched in, as there's a lot of watch-alongs out there. So we'll see what happens with that. So thanks to all you guys for tuning in. If you are new here, please consider subscribing to the channel. We do watch-alongs. We do cover the Arsenal women as well. We've usually got a regular show on a Friday for the Arsenal women. There wasn't one this week because of the international break for the women, but that'll be back this Friday. FA Cup final special, of course, Arsenal women at Wembley next Sunday. I'll be at that game. So they'll be doing some live vlogging from there as well. And we'll have the show on Friday, looking ahead to that game. In terms of what's coming up on the channel, we've got the Tuesday clinic on Tuesday. We'll be looking back at this game. Snubby's in the chat there says 2-0 getting indeed. And the truth sets free says Arteta not long-term answer, sorry, but watch Conte walk on Spurs with Kane. And he says thanks. No way. So yeah, thanks for you guys for watching. Brilliant. I say please like before you leave as well if you haven't done so already. If you've enjoyed it, give it a little thumbs up at the bottom. That would be appreciated. And I say please consider subscribing. I say the next live show will probably be Tuesday for the Tuesday clinic. Hopefully get the guys back on. We can look back on this game and look ahead to the Man United and Everton games. A big week for Arsenal this, and we started in the best way possible. So it did finish here at the Emirates today. Arsenal 2, Newcastle United 0. It took a while to get going this game. The first half, apart from Aubameyang missing from 2 yards, hitting the outside of the post open goal, there wasn't a lot of chances for Arsenal. Ramsdale made a good save from John Joe Shelby, and Ødegaard's free kick was well saved by Dubravka. But in the second half, Arsenal did get the goals finally. Bukayo Saka with the first one, a good move actually down the left-hand side. Nuno Tavares flicked the ball through to Saka, first time shot with his left foot across the keeper into the far post. That was 1-0, 56 minutes. And then 10 minutes later, Saka had gone off, injured, unfortunately. But it was Gabriel Martinelli who came on for him. And within 5 minutes, he had scored a second goal. A lovely goal it was. Well, this was down the right-hand side. Tomiyasu, lovely dink ball over the top of Newcastle defence. And a first-time volley from Martinelli with his right foot. Again, from a similar sort of angle on the other side of the penalty area, across Dubravka into the far corner. 2-0, 2 good goals. Newcastle didn't offer much of a threat. They felt they could have had a penalty in between the 2 goals. Wilson was pushed over in the box by Nuno Tavares, more of a shoulder charge, really. Arsenal could have had a similar situation at the other end late in the game with Lascelles and Martinelli. But in the end, it finished Arsenal 2, Newcastle 0. I think it was a fair result on the balance of play. Newcastle didn't offer anywhere enough of a threat going forward, and Arsenal got the job done. Rajendra says there, the team needs to play over 30 games to get their confidence up to the level we need to challenge for first place. Yeah, I don't think this team's going to be good enough to challenge for first place yet. I think we need 3 or 4 new sides, especially in attacking areas of the pitch, and then we'll see how we go. But yeah, we're a lot better now than we were, certainly earlier in the season. That's the good thing about it. We've got a settled team now, and we look okay. 263 there says media's awesome. Yeah, of course, referring to the Arsenal women who are in the cup final next week, of course, which we will be at, which is going to be good. So, but yeah, as I say, thanks for watching for everybody. Really appreciate your support. Please like before you go. I'll be back Tuesday for the Tuesday clinic. I may do a watch along tomorrow, one of the Premier League games, maybe the Man City West Ham game, perhaps, as it's got a little bit riding on it for us now. I might do that. I don't know yet. Let me know if you'd watch that. If I do it, maybe I might do if I'm not doing anything else tomorrow. And of course, otherwise, I'll be back on Tuesday for the Tuesday clinic, so look out for that as well. And then, of course, after that, we'll be building up to the Man United game on Thursday, the watch along for that. Then on Friday, it'll be the Arsenal women's show, which is going to be really good as well. And then, of course, at the weekend, I will be going down to Wembley for the cup final. And then, of course, next Monday, it's Everton away. So busy stuff on the channel. So please subscribe so you don't miss anything. Please like, share as well. Any comments, drop them in the box. Be great to hear from you. Give it a like before you go. I will see you Tuesday live for the Arsenal clinic. And in the meantime, of course, as always, after a good win for Arsenal, I'll take the score off now, but it was Arsenal 2, Newcastle 0. We know that now, don't we? Thanks for watching. Thanks for your support. I will see you guys very, very soon. Enjoy the rest of your cold, windy weekend, and stay out of the wind too much, because it's not really that good, is it? And the snow stopped now anyway. So, but anyway, speak to you guys soon. Take it easy. Take care, and I'll speak to you soon. Come on, you Gunners. Thanks, guys. See you later. For some reason, it won't let me end the broadcast. It said there's some issue. I'm not quite sure what's going on. I will try and see if I can end it now.